My brother posted this on Snapchat, Lamau. About to be surprising everyone at school tomorrow. Lol, I didn't mean anything by that surprise. The cops came and asked me about my post. I got a haircut, lol. Evan is absolutely smashing World's Strongest Man, but his poor nan is in last place. Evan Singleton, number 1. Evan's Nana, 6. Saw this guy and said, ew, 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 ugly. And then felt so bad I cried and bought him. Good job. Good job. That's what they wanted. They got ya. They freaking got ya. She has told the whole internet his password. My boyfriend is an intellectual. Password is apples. My bad. How is that even allowed? Made it when I was like 6. How have you not been hacked? It's plural. As far as I'm concerned, there are 4 movie ratings. Good, liked it. Good, didn't like it. Bad, didn't like it. Bad, liked it. My parents are arguing. The reason? In 1992, my dad called mom half a rotisserie chicken, plain, no stuffing, and she never forgot. Yeah, that's like a death sentence. You better be careful saying that. I remember when I was 6, I got a hold of my dad's ID, and it had an expiration date. Spent 3 hours crying because I thought that he was set to die on that date. He asked me why I was crying, and I didn't tell him because I was scared he was gonna cry as well. That is so... Oh, you sweet thing. Oh my gosh. My grandpa's last words to me on his deathbed were, "They cut off my balls." And he made me lean in to whisper it into my ear, then started laughing so hard we had to call the nurse. Alright, but like, what a way to like, I mean, I'd rather that. That'd be great. That'd be great. That's a great story to tell. We went through my kid's iPad. My wife is upset, but Latina twerk compilation has me crying tears. Oh no. Romanian handyman I've known for 2 years came by today. I said, "Hey, how are you?" He says, "You do not need to say this." We don't have to keep doing this. I did not even consider how these would have been made with the 2s. But also, like, why don't you just make the, like, curved part, the top curved part of the 2, the glasses, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just make part of the O of the frame clear or so. Someone knows what I'm talking about. I don't know. I'm not insane. How did they do this back in 1111? It's okay. They're asking the real questions. Which one are you? A circle? In the triangle factory? How queer! I've never seen such a thing. I must inquire about this further with my supervisor post haste. I guess we doing circles now. I used to work at a bakery, and each time something looked a bit off, I just ate it. I mean, honestly, like, yeah, it's free food. If it doesn't look like it can be sold, eat it. And then we have that person, the drawing of that person. If you see a circle, eat the circle. I'm thinking about getting a boob job. Not because I dislike my natural breasts, I just hate eye contact. Bro, when I was a kid, they really just mailed everyone a giant book full of everyone's names, addresses, and phone numbers. The egos of bouncers just pure boggles my mind. You're guarding a nightclub door, not the Chamber of Secrets. Babysitting a 4-year-old has me convinced that what video games need is Little Buddy mode, where a kid can have a character that just jogs along with you and can help get their own encouraging score, but cannot be harmed. I mean, have you played Super Mario Bros. Wonder or any of the recent Super Mario 2D platformers? I bought a new car battery and it was like $220, and the girl at the AutoZone said, "Want to see how much it would cost if you needed 99 of them?" And I said, "Okay." So she typed 99 in the quantity and the price went to $23,000, and she said, "That's how much it would cost." And I said, "Okay." You could be having the worst day of your fucking life, and here comes your fat ass cat begging for food again. I was applying for homeowners insurance today, and they asked if I had any pets to which I said, yes, 2 cats. And then they asked me, have they been trained to attack or cause bodily harm? And I wanted to know if anyone had been able to do this, because I'll hire you. Chess guys get so mad when you call it a horse. Buddy, that's on you. You're the ones who chose to make it that exact shape. Imagine if social media closed every day at 6 p.m. like a shop. I actually think that wouldn't be the worst thing. Cooking together is a form of intimacy. No one who actually cooks wants to cook with other people in the kitchen, lol. Yeah, that's usually how it goes. Gen Z workers think showing up 10 minutes late to work is as good as being on time. They are correct. It's 10 minutes, who gives a shit? It's 1925. I'm leaning against this lamppost on the lookout for dames who are looking for trouble. I start flipping a quarter, I catch her eye. I fumble the quarter and it rolls into a sewer grate. I have lost the equivalent of $30,000. Dentist offices are the last frontier of businesses that are allowed to be one weird old guy boss and 100 hot girl employees. Husband's mom once forgot to hang up while on the phone with me, and next thing I heard was, "It's my daughter-in-law. I have no idea where I found such a good girl like this." And I'm still riding that high months later. I mean, dude, I'm still riding the time a girl called me cute 10 years ago. I mean, I get it. Just found out that 51 is divisible by 17. I feel fucking sick. I can't breathe. Just saw someone write DNA as D and A. God save us. The N in DNA stands for and, so they are correct. Also, it's God save us. God save their spelling. The feeling of forwarding an email you have been accused of not sending is probably the same as winning a duel. Showing up to the airport 40 minutes before my flight gives me such a rush. Missed my flight. Dude, it doesn't give me a rush, man. I'm just fucking bored. My dad said the word Frogger, and I cut him off to go, "I hardly know her." And he sighed big and went, "Just stop it. What would it mean to frog a woman?" Just saw a TikTok of someone saying they're never buying garlic again after they discovered this hack and literally planted garlic in their backyard. It grew more? Brother, do you think you just discovered agriculture? United Airlines, your gate has changed to G8. Look, I don't care how you spell it, I just need to know where to go. My great-grandma was a week from turning 100. Lady had me make her some chicken feet, gravy, and rice, ate it, said, "Well, I'm done," closed her eyes, and never opened them again. Typing this makes me realize how crazy that was. Me whispering about you for the next 3 Thanksgivings. Don't eat what she brought, last thing she cooked killed Granny. Dude, honestly though, like, that's probably gotta be really sweet on, like, the inside, like, giving someone their last meal and they liked it, and then they drift up. Like, I don't know, man, that's kind of freaking sweet. That kind of gets me choking up a little bit. Every time I get a gray hair, I remember that one of my stem cells is like, the working conditions here are awful and I am done. And I respect that, from a labor's perspective. Happy 3-year anniversary to the time that I was standing in front of the castle in Magic Kingdom, and I got the call from my gyno that I had chlamydia and had to go pick up my meds from the Disney pharmacy, and my mom called it the clappiest place on earth. Why does Minnie Mouse wear heels? She's the only female mouse Mickey knows. Pressure's off, girl. Your boyfriend doesn't even have a shirt. Luna Snow. Hey, not bad. I'm obsessed with this game. How do people afford big-ass houses like these, then don't fucking decorate them? Yeah, I do not need a house bigger than, like, most houses you see in America. Like, I don't have nearly enough things to put on the wall. Most things I have that go on the wall are in my room, and it's mostly movie posters. Whenever I'm feeling down, I remember the company dinner when an intern turned to our CEO and asked, "Who are you?" Shit. Breaking. FBI warns the public not to point lasers at or attempt to shoot down suspected drones in New Jersey. Well, that pretty much ensures people are going to point lasers at drones now, doesn't it? I grew up watching cartoons in French, and I remember trying to make friends in school, asking everyone, "Y'all watch Bob l'Esponge?" Oh my god, they bullied me so hard. Dating coach. So you tried flirting? Me. Sure, I gave her the look. Dating coach. Show me. I bite my lip seductively. Dating coach. Have you considered biting the bottom lip? Great. I told my builder that I wanted my bathroom to look like the Ministry of Magic, and not only was he completely unfazed, he managed to make it look exactly how I imagined. That lamp is, or rather the mirror with the light behind it, pretty cool. Raw milk is one of those ideas that can really only take hold when people haven't seen a cow. If you see a cow from, let's say, 10 feet or less, you immediately understand the problem that pasteurization is solving. I asked my nephew if he wanted the PS5, and he said, "No, TD, my Wii works just fine. Go invest in a stock. I'm raising a king." Her nephew looking at her typing this. "You could leave $1,000 with me and I won't take nothing, but you leave like 20 chicken nuggets with me, you're gonna come back to like 17 or 18 of them things." Every year, y'all say, "What did Kevin's dad do to afford that house?" What about his mom? Am I to think a woman with this many pantsuits is a homemaker? Guns N' Roses' only criteria for calling a place paradise: 1. Women are attractive. 2. Grass, normal color. Whenever I see someone trying to parallel park, I avert my eyes and continue walking, giving them the privacy they need because I'm a decent human being. These teens just recorded me failing to parallel park while blaring Olivia Rodrigo. Do not tell me if you see it on TikTok. Okay, so I clicked a phishing email, and now I'm in trouble for what? Being too trusting? Too unconditionally loving? Too open to the universe's surprises? Met a pilot at the bar last night, and he said that autopilot is at such an advanced stage that they just chill and play Fortnite in the cockpit most of the time. They are definitely lying. Watching old Beatles concerts is so fascinating. It's 4 guys shaped like suits going, "Plinky plonky, let me love you, girlie, oh yeah," and then it cuts to the audience and there's a girl having the most intense spiritual experience of her life. When someone tells me, "Great question," I never hear their answer because I'm busy congratulating myself for asking such a great question. What level of adulting have you reached? Can't be sad today, I have a lot of work. Yay. I want a girl with a short skirt and long vid. Can you settle for a girl with sweatpants and polio? Normalize shaming and making people feel uncomfortable. Your married brother brings his side piece to the barbecue. Say something. Your homie isn't taking care of his kids? Cut them off. We can't be enabling such poor behavior. Holding people accountable begins with relationship. Yeah, and if you're at a party and if someone says a weird, uncomfortable, offensive joke, ask them why it was funny. Ask them to explain it, and watch them stumble. My roommate just told me that the invigilator, I don't think I've ever said that in my life, for his exam shouted, "Hey Siri," mid-exam, and he caught like 5 people with phones. These people are getting too creative, man. Spy Kids has been added to the National Film Registry. I had no idea that happened. Do you ever think about how Robert Rodriguez made Spy Kids as a fun green screen action movie for kids, and then 25 years later, every mainstream Hollywood movie is just Spy Kids? What's the cheapest shit y'all ever did? One time, I went and got a rental car of my exact make and model, manually swapped all 4 tires from my car to the rental, then took it back. Had a whole new set of tires for about $75. I mean, look, man, honestly, that's genius, and I hope you didn't get in trouble. I had a roommate who was a blacksmith, and he kept a sword under his bed and just had knives lying around. One time he got cut by his sword, and we had to take him to the ER, and he was so smug because the doctor was like, "That was a really, really sharp knife. It cut so cleanly." Hi, mate. I notice you've started the Teams meeting 2 minutes early. Have fun in there. See you in 2.5 minutes. Yeah, no, I'm not saying shit until it is time to say some shit. Screech of laughter at the Hot Jeopardy winner's spelling of Tinder. No E. Good job. Millennials be like, "Terrible service, 5 stars and 20% tips so this idiot can pay their bills." Yeah, I mean, look, you can complain about things all you want, but you gotta realize that human-ass beings are working that shit, and they gotta live too. Keep it or tear it out. This is literally the best spot to place a Christmas tree if I've ever seen one. Alright, you know what? I was gonna say tear it out until they mentioned that. This would be a great place for a Christmas tree. And then you could get, well, maybe. You can maybe get a photo of, like, family up on the stairs on the side of the tree. Maybe? Depends how wide the tree is. Uber driver, blank, me, blank, Uber driver, blank, me, blank, Uber driver. We're here. Me, 5 stars, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Now, actually, I think the only times I've taken an Uber ever were at Disney when I needed to get back to my hotel, and they've been pretty nice. Either they don't say anything, which is great, or they talk about how their grandfather was an Imagineer and built cool shit at the park, and that's also cool. I've never had a bad experience yet. My wife is so much better looking than me that a cashier just put a plastic divider down in the middle of our groceries. British art dealer Angus Neal says he is the zombie from 28 years later, not Cillian Murphy. Man really said, "No one's stealing my moment." I just remembered the time I went on a first date to London Zoo, and at the gate he asked if I would mind paying for my own ticket, which I said I would, at which point he pulled out a 2-for-1 voucher, so I paid for my ticket and he went in for free. Wow. Heartbreaking. JRPG Corridor has gone on for far longer than you expected, and you are starting to suspect that you actually took the correct path by accident. Yeah, man, I'm a freak. I love to explore and do side stuff a lot, so when I see two paths presented to me, I'm like, all right, but which one's the secret and which one is the way forward?
Very attractive and very unattractive men show the highest hostility towards women. 2025 is the year for mid-men. Finally, I rise. When you finally see Medusa and she's stupid hot. Cheating on an exam by memorizing everything the professor taught in advance so I can easily answer all the questions. You know, do that. Sounds like a solid strategy to me. Day 8 of trying to make an omelet. Day 8 of eating scrambled eggs. I'm just not skilled with the art of the egg. I wish I could be. Eggs are so yummy, but alas. All right, well, damn, that's a lot of 20s, dude. When you think about it, this is basically what peacocks be doing. Actually, yeah, you know, now that you mention it. POV, computer science student who decided to talk to women. Bro used POV correctly. Oh! I bought like 10 turtlenecks so I wouldn't have to think about what to wear during work every day. During a meeting, someone just asked, "Do you have any updates, Steve Jobs?" I'm going to HR. That is a lot of turtlenecks. 10? I don't own a single turtleneck. Should I get one? Yes or no? Let me know down in the comments or on my Blue Sky Twitter or personal channel that are also listed down there. Actually, I think it's just my Blue Sky and personal channel. Is it? I don't even know what's down there anymore. Just let me know, however you see best. In elementary school, a deaf girl stole my ice cream and I signed to her to give it back, and she closed her eyes. Oh! Get wrecked. She got your ass. My wife had a dream that I have a secret second wife named Linda. Now when she's mad at me, I just say, Linda wouldn't get mad about that. All right, that's cute. Netflix are once again raising their prices in the US. The ad-supported tier will cost $7.99 a month, an increase of $1 a month. It's just going to keep getting worse, folks. Arizona iced tea is still 99 cents. I would say there are a few companies out there that are not inherent pieces of shit. I would say Arizona's one of them. Costco is also pretty good. And those two, yeah, small businesses are pretty good. They're just trying to make a goddamn living and provide you with something that is leagues ahead of what other corporations are doing. Back in my day, there was so much toilet paper and eggs that we would throw them at houses of our enemies. I actually saw this tweet about 20 minutes ago for the first time. It's actually amazing that I saw it brand new with my own eyes. That's pretty rare for me. Told my wife I reach my beliefs by arguing with myself in my head until one side is out of arguments, and she looked at me like I was an alien. Doesn't everybody do this? I mean, I can't say that I have. I can see why you would do that, but I don't know. I feel like 99% of the world wouldn't do this. I mean, do you? Let us know in the comments of this lovely video if that's how you come to your conclusions and beliefs. Do you have an argument with a weird version of yourself? Just, by the way, whichever character you create in your head to argue against your point, maybe that should already tell you what you believe in. I'm a proud bidet user, but it didn't occur to me how losing power in 0-degree weather would affect the water temperature. I think I just had what could be called a religious experience with that bidet. Like, I saw things. Yeah, the heated ones aren't really going to be heated if there's a power outage, huh? Right? You know, we don't have any heated ones in our house. We deal. We deal with it, and you know what? In the morning, man, it helps more than the caffeine. I gotta say, it really wakes you right up. Just bam! Very, very handy. I think everyone should be using bidets, by the way. They're great. Use it. Sanitary. Clean yourself, for the love of God. Man, you get used to them, and then whenever you travel in the United States here, because they're just not as common over here as they should be, whenever we travel and there aren't any, because there aren't any anywhere here, oh, it sucks. I'm pissed. I can't wait to go home to the comfort and safety of my bidet. I got Botox and I asked the doctor, how many years younger will this make me look? And he was just like, 0. You'll just look like the other girls your age who have also gotten Botox. Yeah, I think that's a great answer. Sort of miss the days when you'd tweet, I like pancakes, and a human would reply, oh, so you hate waffles, instead of 12 AI bots responding with pancakes are an enjoyable food. I know the exact tweet that you're stealing those lines from. It's a great tweet. I love it. I think it's one of the all-timers, but you're right. You're right. I do miss the days when it was actually just a stupid person responding and not a bunch of bots contributing literally nothing to the conversation. Although that's not their job. The bots are not there to contribute to the conversation. They're there to pad it and make it look like more people are contributing to the conversation, so that way Mr. Muskie Boy doesn't lose as much of his $43 billion investment as he already has, even though nothing is saving it. In like maybe a decade, Twitter, it's not called X, will be worth about $14, and he's just gonna have to fucking deal with that, I'll be honest. By the way, about that go outside comment, that's kind of insensitive considering what's happening in LA right now. So, I'm sorry, I'm not keeping up with LA. I live in South America. I thought you lived in Brazil. Which one is it, girly? It's not adding up. Oh, Ellie, you arrogant little jackass. Shut the fuck up. Family Guy is so insane, because why were people dating that dog? You know, I have been asking myself that same question my whole life. I never got it. I never understood it. Huh? Whatever, it doesn't really matter. They should have let Brian be dead, though. I'm sorry, Brian should have stayed dead. I will die on that hill, okay? It was kind of lame that it was just a stupid fake out to garner viral attention. Thanks for that, Seth. He should have just died. I'm sorry. Every man's worst nightmare came true for me today. For years, I've accumulated all the cables I've ever had into a drawer. You know the drawer. After years of collecting dust, I finally convinced myself I could throw away my VGA cables. A few months later, I need a VGA cable. You always will. You always will. Fellas, whether it's a drawer or a bin or a bag, stay strong. Hold fast, hold firm. Do not let anybody tell you got to get rid of all those cables, all right? You're gonna need one of them, okay? It's so awesome and vindicating when you do need one. Even if it's a decade from now, you're gonna. So just hold on to them. That way you don't have to make a drive to Micro Center 100 miles away or whatever to buy a goddamn cable. And the reason I say Micro Center is because you know goddamn well Best Buy is not helping you in this case. I'm feeling wild tonight, sir. Please add 25 calories to my sandwich. Yeah, what does that mean? Is it like a sauce? Like, what do you mean? It's just add 25 calories? Oh man, please, I gotta try it. I want to make it wild. I don't know what this is, but I'll give it a go. I hate when a guy asks, can you cook? I don't know, can you build a house? F you. That is fair. Look, if we're gonna play that little game, hubby dearest, can you keep the house up? I mean, really keep it up and not, set it off to the side? If I'm expected to cook every single day, probably multiple times a day for you, you better be out there repainting the fucking house, rebuilding the garage, making sure our cars run. That's the trade-off, brother. My boyfriend hasn't posted on Instagram since a pic of a cheeseburger since 2016. And he said, if I want to make it on the grid, I have to make him feel the way that cheeseburger did. Well, get to it. What do you mean? Have you not figured this out yet? Can you not think how a cheeseburger might make a grown man feel? My dad just called me to tell me that he's at a concrete convention called Concrete World. And when I asked what he was doing there, he said, learning about concrete. Did not know that there could be a convention for that. Now I kind of want to visit because I'm curious. Not all that curious, but enough to go to this weird club. It's great that there can be a convention or a huge fan base for anything. And sure, this is probably for business, it's definitely a business thing, but still, a convention. That's just kind of crazy to me, man. You can have one for anything. Hell, I'm going to have one in the future called Zycon. I'm kidding, I'm not going to do that. I don't go by that really anymore. Even though all of my handles, like my blue sky is Zycron.tv, XYCRON.tv, my Twitter is XYCRONVA, my goddamn main YouTube channel is still XYCRON, my secondary one down in the description below is Robin Nelson though, so that's the only one that's truly different. My point is, we should all be visiting concrete conventions. We could learn something. Wife just absolutely cooked me. Not sure our marriage survives this. I'm so happy to be married to you. I know. Diarrhea used to literally kill people, and now I'll eat foods that I know will give me diarrhea because they taste good. It's the pinnacle of excess. I think a lot of people forget to think about this sort of stuff, right? There are a lot of things that have improved in such a dramatic fashion, it's actually magical. Yeah, diarrhea used to be a death sentence for people. No idea how to stop it. You just yourself to death and die from dehydration, right? Now it's just we'll take a Pepto and you're cured. You know, we used to be killed by everything. It was amazing. 4-year-old is requesting that I have 5 more children so she can fight them? Okay, do you not see the vision? Do you not with this vision? Because I think you should, Helen of Roy. Fewer, more noble reasons have ever been stated for wanting siblings. I think you should go for it, really. The question is, what do you get if she loses? This bitch needs to figure her shit out quick. I am sick of her. I'm assuming that this is from those scam video game ads that I feel like used to see a lot more of, and then like one day in the most recent months, I don't know what the most recent months means. One day at the beginning of this year, they just all disappeared from me. I don't see them anymore. I never saw this one though, but it does look like she's got some to figure out. Like, you gotta do something, Mom. Breaking. Abby Pulling has become the first woman. Whoa! Holy crap! Now this is revolutionary guys. The very first one? I don't think you understand just how insane this is. This is big news for the world. Never forget when I lived in Florida. I was talking to this guy and found out he had a girlfriend. I found her Instagram, messaged her, we met up, took a selfie, and posted it to with him. He screenshotted the selfie and posted it on his Instagram and said, "Both my girls looking good for real." This is all very... here's your flour in the worst possible container. F*** you, flour companies. Yeah, those bags, man, they're not great. And you know what? Same thing with sugar, too. It seems like we put them all in very weird containers. Made my boyfriend a little goblin. Change him back. I don't care what he's done. No one deserves this. Well, okay, well, I'm gonna be real with you, yucky Tom. Old Tom, if you prefer. Some people deserve far worse than being turned into a little goblin. 2-year-old is in complete denial that her grandpa is my dad. She gets so mad if I tell her. My right hand, I shall carry 30 bags of groceries at once. My left hand, I got the bread. Well, you gotta unlock and open the door, so it's nice to have a hand kind of free-ish, you know? That you can still work with it, man? My ex from a couple years ago has a new girlfriend, and she liked and unliked one of my pics from a year ago. And if you're out there, I just want you to know it's okay. It happens to the best of us. Good luck out there. I hate when motherfuckers come into the crib and don't speak to the dogs. Say hi to Coco. Wait, speak to the dogs? Excuse me? Are there just dogs out in the club? I don't go anywhere because I'm not wanted, so it's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Motherfuckers used to play hide and seek and be like, bro, I'm not even playing after getting caught. Like, the f*** you doing under the car then? I wasn't even playing. Oh, shut up, Jimmy. This is embarrassing. You're embarrassing, Jimmy. Are you kidding me? That's so lame. It's like when you're like play fighting and they go, actually, no, I have a spell of invincibility, so that actually didn't hurt me. I can be hit 30 more times before it wears off. Yeah, I'm actually really cool. Ordered a hot chocolate in the Dunkin' Donuts drive-thru, and instead of reading my order back to me, she said, "You want me to make you a hot chocolate?" And all of a sudden, I felt I was back in the womb. See, I don't believe this one for 1 second, because I know minimum wage employees don't give a shit about you ordering food at their establishment. Who gives a f***? I don't believe for 1 second, unless they were your friend and you knew them, where they would do this. Oh, hot chocolate's on the menu. I want a hot chocolate. You really want me to make you a hot chocolate? Yeah, motherfucker, it's on the menu. Gimme. I don't believe it. I'm sorry. During sex, me, hurt me. Him, your obsession with books doesn't make you quirky or intelligent. You just seek fiction as escapism from your own life. Wait, you root for character development in relationships and stories because you're unable to cultivate your own. No! You could just slap me. I mean, that's better. Hate playing make-believe with little kids. You shoot them with a laser and they're like, actually, I went back in time so it doesn't count. The hell are you talking about? You just casually rip open a hole in the space-time continuum? That's irresponsible as shit, pal. We were just complaining about this. It's so true. Can we bring back the lost art of just hanging out at your friend's house doing absolutely nothing? I don't think that ever left. It's just maybe your friend group don't like that. Guys, the history of marathons is kind of whack. A guy in ancient Greece died after running 26 miles, and what do we do to honor him? We run 26 miles and not die? People decided to just flex on him for the rest of eternity? If anyone pulls something like that on me, it's instant hands. Oh, we will haunt them forevermore. That is actually incredible, though, that's the arbitrary or seemingly arbitrary number is just because that's just when he dropped dead. My boyfriend had a bad experience getting a sub the other day where they put an ungodly amount of mayo on his sandwich, and then that night he was talking in his sleep like, "That's plenty. That enough Homie was having stress dreams about mayo." Look, we've all been there to a certain degree. Her, "Did you eat my milk duds?" Me, silently chews for 7 minutes and finally swallows. First of all, I don't appreciate your accusations. I thought I liked seeing movies, but turns out I like eating candy in a dark room where it's illegal to talk to me. I used to like seeing movies, and then the movie-going experience just started to freak me out. So now I just watch them at home. To the person in America who tried to hack my bank account to use it for an OnlyFans subscription, I hope you get RSI. See, babe, I tweeted about it. I don't want to hear your most boomer complaint. What's your most millennial complaint? I do not want to save to OneDrive. I want to save to the Documents folder on my computer that I own in my house. Yeah, come on, man. The cloud sucks. If you need that extra storage, just get like a NAS and figure out a way to connect to it with like a VPN or something like that when you're out on the go. It'll be slow as f***, but you're not paying Google or Microsoft or Apple for, a cloud drive. Perhaps the best one-liner in a student paper this semester. The analysis is severely limited by my lack of understanding of what I'm doing. And it's gonna be. I'm glad they realized that. The fact that they realized that and mentioned it means they're pretty smart, I'd say. I'm going to buy a parrot and only teach it to say 4 phrases. I miss my hands, never break a promise to a witch, there's only one way to lift the curse, I just want to hug my kids again. Making pizza rolls. Instructions. Heat them up. Me. Yes. Let them cool. No. Huh? One day, you too will turn 50 and realize that you no longer look like your teenage self. When that happens, you'll see just how pointlessly nasty this post is. Yeah, I gotta be honest, people on the internet have always been giant f***ing assholes, but I've been very confused by the lack of understanding that you are all aging. We're all aging. That's how this works. Do these people that post this think that they're going to remain the same until they die? Like they're gonna look 22 years old until they're 90 and then pass away like that? Not how it f***ing works. Dude still looks great, although wasn't this a DUI arrest or something like that? Kinda f***ing lame, Tom. Kinda lame. That's his name, right? Tom Welling? Anyway, still stupid, right? I just don't get it. Wow, you got arrested for DUI. That's pretty shitty. You look ugly now. Really showed him, I guess. Cat knows how to open exactly one cabinet door. It's the one with pots in it. He doesn't do anything. He just opens it and stares in. Confused. Oh man. That cat knows something's coming. That cabinet is going to be replaced by a door with a 5.5-minute hallway anytime soon. You best be ready, my friend. Get yourself some explorers and some cameras and descend, man. Rappers be making you feel guilty for no reason at all. You was in the house eating dinner while I was in the streets hungry. Like, my fault, bro. Oops. A gender reveal party where it's just you and your partner in a doctor's office, and you ask the doctor what the gender of your baby is, and then they tell you, and then you go home. Yeah, that's it. Isn't that amazing? That's all you gotta do, and you'll know! When I was in elementary school, we learned about a shape called a rhombus, and that was the last time I ever heard about that shape ever again. Rhombus. Yeah, hold on. You never hear about... Other than that one game, that pseudo-sequel to Psychonauts called The Rhombus of Ruin, it kind of reminds me of a skinnier version of Ramiel. The weird, creepy diamond monster angel from Evangelion that was by far the coolest one. She didn't have a great appearance in the original show, but man, when Ramiel showed up in the rebuild, holy crap, she stole the show. Although I do wish that the rebuilds included every single angel, because they were all horrifying and crazy. Not the point. Detective, you're a sick son of a bitch, you know it? That bird was your friend of 10, 12 years, and you drop a big fucking boulder on him. Wile E. Coyote, I swear to God, man, I didn't think it was gonna work. It never works, oh God. Nevada's a death penalty state, my friend. Writing science fiction involves a lot of Googling your made-up alien names in order to check that they don't mean something horrendous in a real Earth language. I mean, yeah, it's good that you do that. Everyone should be taking the extra 4 seconds to double check. They should build a separate grocery store for people who have actually purchased food before, know how to push a cart, and possess at least an ounce of spatial awareness. Yeah, it's very easy to say excuse me or pardon me, but it's also very easy not to block entire thoroughfares with your cart or swing your cart around without seeing if someone's behind you, so you hit them. And dude, I've been hit by carts the last couple months this year. I don't know what's happening, but people have just sort of lost their ability to go to a grocery store normally. Roommate's ex majored in philosophy and is now a train driver. I said, "You're uniquely prepared for a situation where there are 5 people on one track and 1 person on another." And he politely chuckled. "I'm unappreciated in my time." I don't know, it sounds like he did appreciate it. You know what? I do want to know, does this guy have a unique take on the problem? Unique take at all? No, probably not. My son on why Caleb is his best friend at kindergarten. He doesn't really speak English, so we can skip all the talking and just get right to the karate. Ah, okay, there's a new perspective. Don't let anyone stop you from being you. Unless all your friends tell you to stop, like in a single surprise meeting at your house. Hey, look, that's a whole different can of worms, Dan. You know that. You understand why they be doing that, Dan. Romeo, Juliet is the sun. Neil deGrasse Tyson loudly from the balcony. No, she isn't. I wore a red polo to Target, and they took me to the back and let me comb the creature that lays the Target balls. Those things last for years. How often does it have to lay the balls? I love how every website has a check mark, keep me signed in on this computer button, and it's just straight up bullshit. It never works. Never works. A lot of technology will become obsolete, but few will reach the level of obsolete as the VHS rewinder. Yeah, that poor thing. Even when VHS was the predominant physical, home media standard, the hell did you need that for? Your VCR does that to the exact same level of efficiency. I mean, I guess they were useful for video rental stores, because you don't need an entire VCR to do that. You can just plop it in there, rewind it, and put it back on the shelf. But dude, for the home? What was the point? In junior high, I had a crush on a guy on my swim team whose legs looked like this, but my friends and I didn't know his name, so we called him White Feet. Huh. Playing poker. Friend, I'm all in. Me, yearning for this type of commitment since we first met. Me too, man. I'm all in too. A pair of kings. You bet we are. Do employers actually care about gaps in your resume? Can't you just be like, yeah, I decided not to work for a year, as a flex? I mean, I feel like there are many answers you can give to the, oh, can you explain this? Sure. I mean, the first one is, I just wasn't working. Okay, cool. Or you could say, oh, I was self-employed during that time. Oh, what'd you do? None of your f***ing business. Yeah, there are many answers you can give to that. And I don't feel like they do care. I feel like they're trying to fluster you and make you feel bad to see how you handle people disrespecting you, because I do find it to be a little disrespectful and stupid, because, yeah, quite frankly, it's none of your f***ing business. All right, this isn't like insurance, even though they shouldn't give a shit either. Anybody else find it absolutely insane that even if you do not own a car insurance companies will get pissed at you and charge you more if you have not had car insurance? Again, even if you don't own a fucking car and haven't, I've had to pay a lot in excess, hundreds of dollars more, because I didn't own a car and then went to go get auto insurance. We do not throw away perfectly good food in this house. We put it in the Tupperware and wait for it to go bad, and then we throw it away. That pisses me off so much. So goddamn much. You mean to tell me you just made a ton of food? You just made a ton of it. You said it's for you, not for any of us in the house. So you're saving your leftovers, and then 2 hours later you go out and get fast food, and then days later, because we haven't been able to touch it, you let your go bad? No. You get exclusivity for like 2 days, and if you haven't touched it by then, it's mine, motherfucker. Since this has been trending, here's a fun fact. It insists upon itself was a criticism my college film history professor used to explain why he didn't think The Sound of Music was a great film. First-rate teacher, but I never quite followed that one. I'm really happy that Seth decided to shut down a few tweets regarding this where someone said, oh, this is like the greatest criticism you could give. And he went, no, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't make any fucking sense. It's one of those arrogant, I'm really smart ways of just saying you didn't enjoy something. I feel like we all have to try and sound too smart when we describe how we felt about a piece of art, whether it's movie or TV show, book, painting, what have you, whatever. We have to try and sound smarter to everyone because everyone demands that you explain why. When it comes to negativity, you can go on for days about hating something, and everyone that also hates that thing will be like, hell yeah, high five, welcome to the club, with open arms, we love you. But if you show genuine love for something, you're going to get like an interrogation from everyone. Why? Why do you love it though? It's stupid. Why do you like it? Why? Explain yourself. Right now. Why? You know? And this is just the dumb person's way of trying to be smart about you can just say, I just didn't enjoy it. You can recognize that something is technically good or, very fun. You don't have to try and sound smart in not liking it. It's okay. I mean, I review crap on Letterboxd to my 14 followers. If you like Letterboxd, it's Xycron, XYCRON over there. And I'm not trying to sound smart. I'm just saying, this was really cool and fun. 3 stars. I liked it. And honestly, almost every review, even if it's a 1 star, I like it. It's fun, man. Like, you don't have to try and be the smartest guy in the room. And that's what Peter was doing here. That's exactly what Peter was doing, okay? It was very, very obnoxious. Sure, they got a little weird and stupid about him simply not liking it, but it insists upon itself doesn't mean anything. You can just say, not for me. Happy 48th birthday to the talented Jerry Trainer. I really thought this man was going to go on to be the next Jim Carrey or Ryan Reynolds. Like, he should have blown up after iCarly ended. I'm so glad that someone else said that, because I was really, really hoping we'd see Jerry Trainer everywhere. And I'm really furious that we didn't. I mean, he was in a few things, but dude, I would have bet money on him being a Jim Carrey or a Ryan Reynolds. He's got the stuff. He's so fun. He's so charismatic. I fucking love Spencer, man. And I want to see that character so much more. God damn it, I loved him. Also, 48? Damn. Well, he's looking good. He's looking pretty good. I remember when I did initially find out how old he was. I was like, no f***ing way, you're lying. A bad Photoshop, no matter how bad, will always be funnier than an AI image. Always. Every single time, no exceptions. Yeah, because even if it looks bad, it lends itself to the whatever shitty humor is going on in the image. AI just means that you didn't put any effort into it. You really didn't. Sure, you might have thought that you did by coming up with a joke, but put that joke together with your own damn hands. Trust me, you will feel a lot better about it. Because generative is just boring and lame, and I'm really tired of seeing so many people complain about generative AI and then they say something like, this has got to be the funniest AI-generated video ever. Like, no, dude, stop it. It's embarrassing.
Airline attendant.
We are now boarding for Group 1 only. I repeat, Group 1 only.
Someone from Group 6. Finally, my time has come. Every so often, I remember that in Japan, Jersey Shore is called Macaroni Rascals, and it fills me with great joy. Macaroni Rascals? They should have just called that here in the States, too. Non-Australian. I got hit by a hailstone. Gosh, it hurt. Australian? Oh yeah, the spikes are brutal. Non-Australian? The what now? Hashtag Sydney Storm? What the hell? I'm terrified. Never. I want to go to Australia one of these days because I got friends there. I'd like to see them maybe sometime, but this does not make me want to go, along with many other things. Q is too high up in the alphabet. I respect it, but it has no place between P and R. Should be at the end with the weirdo goth letters. Grown-ass men outside my apartment right now racing each other on foot at 4 a.m. You right now. Okay, well, now I'm sad. Rat bastard is a really funny insult to me because it implies that not only are you a rat, you're a rat born out of rodent wedlock. Yesterday I said to my kindergartners, all right, my little noodles, and one of my boys whispered to himself in wonder, I'm spaghetti? Why is he like this? Well, his name isn't normal Al Yankovic. What even goes on here? You're British, man. It's like a 4-hour drive. Just go find out. Expecting parents, please, I beg you, please look at what your child's name will be spelled backwards. Sincerely, Marlana. Or backwards, Anal Ram. This lady in my bowling league was just hammering strikes, and someone asked her, "What kind of performance enhancers did you take before this?" And she just says, "Applebee's wings," and then just blows another strike right down Broadway. Got too drunk in the Vietnamese restaurant last night. They said I could never go back. They banned me. Can't believe I spent 11 years of my life asking teachers if I was allowed to use the bathroom and sometimes be told no. What the fuck? Twitter, how explodey do we think this is? Border agent guy. Ma'am, is this your laptop? Me. Yes, can I have it back, please? Agent guy. It shows as suspicious. Can you turn it on? Me. No, I removed the battery. Agent guy. Why? Me. Oh, because it was going to explode. I have never seen a man become so alert so quickly. You may have won the battle, but I will win the fictional argument we're having in my head while I'm driving home from losing the battle. Hello, my name is Graham. I have a PhD in computing, and I am a senior accessibility consultant. But when I want to type E with one of those things on it on a Windows laptop, I go to Beyonce's Wikipedia page and copy-paste the letter from there. I use Pokemon myself. Another perfect, beautiful day to ingest stimulants and sit at computer. What a blessed life. Hallelujah. The fact I gotta train 3 to 5 days a week to keep my body at moderately broken while my cat sleeps all day and can do parkour with ease is a crime. British incels be like, women need a bloke to be 1.8 meters tall with a 15.2 centimeter willy, making 76,000 quid. My boyfriend will whisper, "Bye room," when we're leaving the hotel we stayed in for one night. Hey, look, man, staying in a hotel sometimes is, it's exciting, you know? It's a spot away from home to kind of feel like, well, you know, get as comfortable as you can get, not being at home. I don't know, man. It's fun as long as it's a good hotel and they have good beds. I once saw a butcher chase a dog out of his shop, and the dog actually had sausages in its mouth. Have you ever seen anything in real life that only happens in cartoons? What's the brokest y'all have been? Card declined on ramen noodles. I was buying one bag. Cashier said, "Man, just take it." That's a real one. That is a real one. Wife, can you clear the dinner table? Me, fetching skateboard. I can try. My homie just died in a game of COD Zombies and said, "As a child, I was forged by these fires, but I had forgotten how powerful its flames could be." My friend got a degree in Egyptology, but can't get a job. So he's paying more money to get a PhD so he can work teaching other people Egyptology. In his case, college is literally a pyramid scheme. They put music from the 50s and 60s in medicine commercials to appeal to the older generation, meaning sometime in the future, Despacito will be playing on a commercial for laxatives. The amount of cookies I've watched the Cookie Monster waste with his bullshit chewing makes me sick. Me making fun of your crop rotation idea and thereby holding our people back another 5,000 years. Jeff thinks the beans have to take turns. Lamau. People who shower for 30 plus minutes. What do you even do in there? What makes it take so long for you to shower? Genuine question. Look, man, sometimes you just gotta stand there and be sad and listen to music or something. I don't know. Man sits by me on train. Man, loads of psychopaths around here. Me, really? Man, loads, mate. Me, how'd you know? Man, there's signs, aren't there? Me, I guess. Man, I love them. 47 minutes of awkward silence. Man leaves train, he has a bike. I realize he was saying psychopaths. D was probably like, Lamau, okay, when they named the alphabets the ABCs. Yeah, like, what's so good about the A, B, and C? You know, why not D, huh? Maybe even E. Oh my god, my dad is an electrician at the zoo, and look how he spent his morning. I'm crying. Okay, yeah, this is some of the cutest shit I darn well may have ever seen. Your dad's small as hell. Had a date yesterday, couldn't find the cafe and walked around the same intersection for 7-ish minutes. Found it, went in, introduced myself and apologized for being late, and she said, "It's okay, I saw you walking around lost and just wanted to see how long it would take you." I give everyone permission to milk my death for personal benefits if I die. I don't care if we're just acquaintances, if we've ever talked and I suddenly drop dead one day. I want you to tell your boss you just lost a friend and take the day off. my treat. Dinosaurs are always described as roaming the earth, which is patronizing as hell. I bet they had places to go and important shit to do. Twitter is fun because you get to be like, ducks are good, and someone in your mentions will go, I'm sorry, but my brother is married to a duck scientist, and this is a harmful view. And then someone else pops up going, your silence about horses is extremely telling. Our first date. This is what them stray cats be eating in cartoons. I have a place in France with a crazy old lady as a neighbor sending me nasty emails every so often. So I set up a Lindy agent to respond diplomatically. They've exchanged tens of emails by now. Our relationship is improving, and she has no idea she's talking to an AI. Google Maps, but it has fog of war for places you haven't visited yet. Man, just show me the whole frickin' map. French is such a beautiful language. I'm not even gonna try and read that. I see prostate in there somewhere, and I hate AI pictures, so we're just gonna move on. Gerard Way lore is actually funny as Dude's main aim was to be a comic writer, but as a result of 9/11, wound up with a long-term side gig of being an international rock star who was one of the biggest artists for a generation, and then went back to writing comics. My nephew had an upset stomach for a few days. Once he felt better, he said that when he grew up, he would invent a medication that would make diarrhea instantly gone, and he'd call it gonorrhea. And we grown-ups were like, nah, buddy, that name is kind of already taken. I told my homies I love you, and this is what I got back. I love you, bro. Are you killing yourself? I love you, bro. I love you too, homie. You good, lol? I love you, bro. I love you too, darling. Do I need to drive over there? I love you, lil dude. Don't kill yourself, bro. You got thick Latinas to live for. Very true. But hey, I mean, it looks like they all care about you. British insults are so funny. Literally just stick the words, you absolute, in front of any noun, and you have yourself a top-tier British insult. Ask any British person, and they'll confirm this. Muhammad Ali, float like a butterfly, jellyfish. Done. Muhammad Ali, sting like a bee. Jellyfish. I am nailing this. Apologies for any inconvenience as we build a whole new JFK. Oh god, is he gonna be half robot this time? We never discuss the emotional labor of guys holding back great jokes and comebacks to not make their girl cry. Me. Be kind. You never know what someone is going through. Also me. Nice turn signal, face. Hey, I mean, driving safely and making sure that everyone else on the road around you knows what you're gonna do too. That's important. That's really good. I'd call someone a face over that. My girlfriend just asked me if I could make her another couple bits of toast. She probably thought I'd need to get a second knife dirty. Wrong. I'd carefully rested the original knife on the edge of the sink. Been training my whole life for this moment. Dinner is served. Oh god. If landlords opened a restaurant, that is disgusting. I've never seen noodles with mold on them. Like, how does this happen? Hate when you tell a hilarious story and then everyone's like, OMG, I'm so sorry that happened to you. Like, get with the program, honey. We're laughing about this. Can't seem to sleep. Let's see if the bright light of my phone, containing all the information in the entire world, held inches away from my face for the next 15 minutes, manages to lull me into a peaceful slumber. My 16-year-old came and got me really late last night and asked me to come into his room, which was alarming. It was the Northern Lights. He could see them from his bedroom window and wanted me to see them too. I'm going to remember that forever. Hey, that's wholesome. Man, I want to fuck her badly. You mean you badly want to fuck her? No, I'm aware of my limitations. And we used to have 23 episodes a season that were 40 to 45 minutes long. MFs get a MacBook and all of a sudden they got work to do in public places. I met a microbiologist today. He was a lot bigger than I expected. Do you ever talk to someone and think, yes, this is why I don't tell you anything? Yes, I have a mom. Guess who has 7 thumbs and just got fired from the morgue? Oh, Jesus Christ, Natasha, why? What did you do? Unpopular opinion. The left page of a notebook? The right page of a notebook. I mean, yeah, I'm also left-handed, so I just feel like a puppy would solve all of my problems. Update, my puppy has created more problems in my life. Yeah, including grammar, I guess. I need a slur for those Tesla robots because I plan on being a full-on racist towards them. This restaurant does not exist. Ethos, which claims to be Austin's #1 restaurant, has 72,000 followers on Instagram. It seems normal until you realize the photos of the food plus venue are AI. The post gets thousands of likes and comments from people who have no idea. Must suck if someone's actually like gone there or tried to find it and you just can't, or you end up somewhere where it's not cool at all and it's just pretty. Hits rock bottom, adds geologist to resume, has meltdown, adds nuclear physicist to resume. I will never recover from this student email. Good afternoon, Professor Pennyman. Hope you had a great break. I was wondering if it would be acceptable to use sources from the late 1900s for our final paper. I found an interesting paper from 1994. Is there a cutoff date of publication? See you tomorrow. The 90s, the late 1900s. I mean, you're not wrong. It's nothing worse than accidentally becoming an important person at your job. When everybody sees you walk in and they say, "Oh, thank God you're here." Oh boy. Someone stole my debit card, went and spent $60 at a restaurant, and only left a $4 tip. It's not even your card, and you leave a $4 tip? Unreal. Never deleting this app. Send me questions. Good ones, please. If you're at a friend's house and clog the toilet and there's no plunger, what do you do? Please, Steven, answer soon. I'm stuck in here. My son put some tricks in his ant farm. Instead of eating them, the ants dug up all the dead ants in the farm and piled them on top of the tricks. Not sure what this means, but I'm not eating tricks anymore. Urine having a built-in color spectrum to let you know your current hydration level is not only subtle, but some real intuitive game design. Noticed that my vodka supply was dwindling, confronted 23 and 17 who pointed the finger at 14 who guiltily confessed to making penne a la vodka several times over the last month. Didn't believe her. Watched her execute it flawlessly. I guess it's a TikTok thing? Imagine the pressure she was under making that pasta to prove her innocence. Probably felt like Iron Chef in there. Waking up early is cool until it starts feeling like you've had a long day at 10 a.m. Signing up for Tinder while you're married. Hurtful, deceitful, will only cause heartache. Responding to an ad in the paper asking if you like pina coladas. Carefree, you have at least half a brain. Shows you like rain, it's most likely your wife. There's no way. Jehovah Jones, witness. Getting him to say he would still love me if I was a worm so I can point at worms when we go for walks and say, sorry, I can't be her. Why does Zoom have offices? Yeah, don't you think they would just like, you know, all work on webcams, right?
Beautiful photo captured by a local Midwest photographer today at 4:55 p.m. I love it being dark before I'm even alive. Really like these guys. Who the hell are they? Oh my God! I'm in love with them! Look at, are they real? There's no way, right? There's no way these guys are real. You can't sit there and tell. On Halloween this year, someone tweeted this out. How did I miss this? These are the cutest things I've ever seen. This part of the astronaut application cracks me up every time. Travel required, 76% or greater. Extensive travel required for, wait, the astronaut application? Is this just out there for anybody to apply for or at least read? I just love the astronaut application. Cracks me up. As a child, I never realized Winnie the Pooh's friend Piglet was wearing a jumper. I always interpreted it as some kind of segmented... Is it carapace? I've never said that word out loud, but honestly, same. I mean, I came to this realization quite some time ago personally. This wasn't a I learned today thing, but yeah, a sweater or a jumper, whatever the hell you want to call it. Where do bad rainbows go? To Prism. It's a light sentence, but it gives them time to reflect. Shut up. A girl was born with a harmonica instead of vocal cords, and when she cried, it filled the room with a melody so sweet. Make her cry more, the villagers would shout. Throw trash at her and let's jig, baby. Okay, I don't know how the hell I would do an impression of that. The walk of shame, but it's just me returning to the trash can to look at the cooking instructions for the 7th time. Don't get rid of it before you're ready. Quit throwing it away. Hell, Take frozen pizza, for example. Here's my strategy, okay? I fold the box flat, put the pizza in the oven, set my timer. When I come back out, I put that pizza on top of the box and use it as the temporary plate/tray, whatever you want to call it, that the pizza will be sitting upon until I'm done. All the while, that box was facing upside down, right at me so I could read the instructions should my stupid brain fail me. Oh, here we go again. I ran into a celebrity at the thrift shop today. If you actually did, and it does look like you're telling the truth, you better have bought that thing. I have never seen a larger argument. That's saying something, dude. We just had the election here in the US to super great results, and I've still never seen an argument online as bad as this stupid goddamn dress. You know what? Let's start it again. What color do you guys see, huh? No! Going out to eat is one of my favorite activities, unfortunately. And one of my favorite activities, through being trained this way, is walking in circles around my local Walmart once a day because I have nothing else to do. Today I learned that there is such a thing as the tasseled wabagong shark, and I need to share it with you all. I love that the ocean is 85% filled with weird little freaks. You know, I remember coming across the scariest part of my favorite video game ever, Okami. There's a specific part in it where you're in a ship, and there's a little stupid creature like beneath the water that you have to avoid. And I always wondered what it was inspired by until, no joke, this moment. I always wondered where the inspiration for that creature came from. I don't remember what it's called in game. I don't think it's given a name. Maybe it is, but I've never heard of it until now. This is insane to me. My God. Oh my goodness. Let's see if Twitter really didn't get political this time. What do you guys think? Changing my alarm from 8:30 to 8:33 at 8:25. Oh man, we're starting off that strong. That's not cool, man. You can't call me out like that on the very, very first post. That ain't cool. You know what? I'm not gonna enjoy today, am I? I'm not gonna enjoy it at all, am I? YouTube video essay in the background while scrolling Twitter and playing video game at the same time. No, come on! We are not gonna do this today! You can't do this to me, man. It's too early. It's too early. And it's 4 p.m. and I'm saying that! A 63-year-old man was arrested after allegedly stealing $400,000 worth of cheese. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't condone the action. But I do completely understand. Accidentally turned my clocks back too far and ended up at a Wham concert. Wait. You can just do that, though? You can go out of your way to just go back in time a little bit? Okay, why is this discovery being kept very well hidden from me? Finding your people helps you realize there's nothing wrong with you. You're kind of cool, actually. There we go, okay. There's a call out that's a little bit more positive than making fun of me for my stupid alarm clock habits and whatnot. That is very, very true. That's sort of the magic of friends, of finding your peeps, finding people that match that freak, you know what I'm saying? Is you do realize at some point, even in between times where you might think that they don't like you, that you are actually kind of cool, you know? People don't hang around each other when they don't like each other. Nature documentary. Now you have an emotional attachment to this crab. Me? Okay. Do you promise to love him? Yes, of course. The crab is now in mortal peril. Every single goddamn time. Why do they do that? Every app is a dating app if you're creepy enough. Thank you, Tank Sinatra. You're correct. I don't like that you're correct, but technically you are. I'm putting my 6-year-old to bed and he says, Dad, I have kidneys. You have dadneys. I'm so proud. You should be. Because in 25, 30 years, they're going to have much better dad jokes than you ever had. You've trained them well up to this point. Don't screw up the landing, Dad. Dads hate stopping on road trips because then all of the vehicles they worked hard to pass for the last hour get back ahead of them. Is that really why? Because I always thought it was dads, for some strange reason, needing to keep a schedule. Because as fun as road trips can be, they're also quite annoying and boring, and you don't want to spend more time than you necessarily have to driving. The driving part is what sucks, right? Stopping places is supposed to be the fun part, but they try to minimize the amount of time they have on the road because no one really likes that part past maybe the first hour. And I mean maximum. Damn, how much daylight they trying to save? It's dark as hell. I can't see shit. Can we stop it? Can we stop with the daylight savings time at this point? I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but I've got this sneaky suspicion it's kind of a waste of our time. Feels kind of like a waste of our time. Did we do it? Did we save the daylight? No! As a matter of fact, we did the opposite of that, right? Am I crazy? I feel like we're not saving any daylight. When it gets dark at 4:45 p.m., who's that helping exactly? You might get a little more daylight earlier in the morning, but how is that beneficial versus having a little bit more at the end of the day? I don't know. I'm so confused by this concept, and it really messes with people. I do genuinely think it's one of the bigger reasons for some seasonal depression. Suddenly, it getting dark at noon, it doesn't really help anybody, right? You're not fooling anyone. The T-Rex may have been a lot smarter than you thought by Dino Grandani. Wait a minute. Hold on, I'm an expert at spotting subtle clues. I can relate. 30% stud, 70% muffin, 70%. I'm a lot higher than that. You're doing pretty good, I must admit. In both life and death, he remains cool and composed. Truly an example to follow. He might look cool and composed, but he's anything but, my friend. When my youngest brother was little, he was being bullied and went to my parents for help. They told him sticks and stones may break my bones. They then asked him to finish the phrase, and he said, but chains and whips excite me. He seriously thought that was the second part. How old was he at the time? Because I don't believe you. I'm sorry. I don't believe you. I don't know if that's a reference to something or if it came from, I just don't. I'm sorry. Man who shot Lady Gaga's dog sentenced to 21 years in prison. So why is she FaceTiming him? He got 21 years? I did not hear about that. Jeez. Goodbye, Disventure Camp fandom. OMG, are you yourself? No, I'm going to the mall. That's an interesting interaction. Do you ever just misclick spicy gay furry art into hashtag engineering announcements on work Slack? Update. Fired. I wonder why that is. I hope you're not confused, my friend. Parents are fighting, but I'm top 5 of Fortnite. Me and my mom both lost a 1v1 today. Hey, wait, hold on. How so? You got killed. How's your mom doing? 2,500 X bars seized. 4 arrests made in raid of ECU fraternity house. That motherfucker in my group, and we got a presentation tomorrow. You got a presentation tomorrow now, don't you? How it feels dressing up at work for Halloween while your older coworkers came in normal? You don't even know. Come the hell on. You're the coworker I want to work with. Those guys? No thank you. No whimsy. Everyone's looking pissed off and depressed. Sure, they're in a work meeting, whatever. But come on, man. Have a little sense of silliness in your goddamn life. Get a little bit goofy. If it's allowed, they give you an inch, you take a mile when it comes to work, okay? Ah, Perry the Platypus, I see you fell into my latest trap to make you read this in my voice. I'm sorry, I cannot do a Doofenshmirtz voice. I am not a good impressionist at all. We all read it in his voice. I was hearing it in my head as I read it, but I just can't give you that impression, I'm sorry. These are the 4 greatest anti-heroes in all of fiction. Homelander is not a f***ing anti-hero, bro. Come on, man. Homelander is absolutely not a hero in any way, shape, or form. Anti or not, the dude is just straight up like Satan at this point. John Lennon. He wear no shoe shine. He got toe jam football. He got monkey finger. He shoot Coca-Cola. Police sketch artist. What? Got a lizard. You need to take that motherfucker back. Oh my god, yeah. He's a little pissy. And very sharp looking. What is it with lizards and being so damn sharp? Loin King is overrated. 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 Oh my god, okay, that's starting to hurt my head. You had 9 chances to spell lion correctly. Well, they weren't doing it, or like spelling it every single time. They were just copying and pasting and just didn't catch it until it was far too late. The GF effect is real, because how the hell did he glow up like that in the span of a few months? The girlfriend effect? Dude was married with a child. The girlfriend effect. Also, I love that. How did he do that in the span of a few months? Get a haircut and change his clothes? Are you stupid? No, genuine question. That's all he did. Wear suit, haircut. How the fuck long does it take you to get your haircut and change your clothes? When I stop the microwave at 1 second? No. When we stop the microwave at a second, we've disarmed the bomb and saved the planet, okay? In Mr. Bean, 1997, Mr. Bean's passport reveals that his given name is actually Mr. His first name is Mr. And of course he's a British citizen. Only there are you gonna run into a guy named Mr. They let this guy in anywhere? They let this dude travel? Huh? New look at Mufasa, the Lion King. Just busted out laughing. How soullessly fucking boring is this? When they were talking about the live-action, full CG animated remake, dude, I could not believe how much character would have been sucked out of every single frame. Brilliant cast. I really liked the cast and everybody that was added into it. That's awesome. But I'm sorry, visually, the most boring I've ever seen. Before my mom passed away, she gave my dad strict instructions to water the plants in the bathroom. He's been religiously watering them and keeping them alive. They look so amazing, he decided to take them to his new home, only to discover they're plastic. I can definitely hear my mom chuckling. How the hell did he take care of them so vigilantly and not notice them at all? Or not notice that they were plastic at all? That is incredible. If you're having a bad day, I recommend Googling some collective nouns because they're a gift to word lovers. Did you know a group of bunnies is called a fluffle? A shiver of sharks? A charm of finches? A flamboyance of flamingos? See, collective nouns love you and want you to have a better day. I did know about flamboyance of flamingos, but I didn't know about the rest. Specifically, fluffle? Okay, come on, that's not even a word. That's great. At least shiver and charm are, but we had to give bunnies their own thing. I told my Lyft driver I was on mushrooms, and he said, like pizza mushrooms? I thought about it for 5 seconds and was like, yeah. Then he confided he sometimes eats a whole can of black olives. Look, I've been there before. What, I like black olives. Not enough to always be snacking on them or something, but I've never really hated them. I'm not a big olive hater, okay? Going on Ozempic, not to lose weight, but because the inevitable class action lawsuit is gonna pay out like crazy. I am very curious to see where Ozempic goes in the next 10 to 20 years here. Okay, I did see that one in the wild, naturally, all on my own, and it made me laugh my ass off, I have to admit. I have to admit. My company emailed everyone a $20 voucher, and I clicked the link to claim it, and it turns out it was a phishing test put out by IT. I have to do mandatory training now. Good. I'm sorry, but that was a really good idea. A good way to show you, hey, it's that easy, dude. It's that easy. Luckily, it was us this time. But yeah, I think that's a really smart idea. Nailed it! Honestly, Greg, I think you did a great job. Oh, sorry, I know you want to be called by your full name, Greg16676935420. Good job, man. Are you sleeping? Yes. Did you buy carrots? No, sleepy for you. You have minting to do. Ah, minting. No, you don't. That's stupid. Didn't notice this was some crypto at first and thought I just stumbled into rabbit Twitter. You know what? That's pretty funny though. Someone out there is going to make rabbit Twitter now. It's that time of year to pull out some quality reading material. The Squirrel's Thanksgiving. I've never read this. I guess I have to. These saints are formed by the Beatitudes. Poor, meek, merciful, hungering, and thirsting for justice, seeking peace. They are filled with God and incapable of remaining indifferent to the needs of thy neighbor or their neighbor. Your Holiness, they are 2 and 6. Human. We have a color named after you. Salmon. Really? Is it silvery blue like my outsides? No, wait, why is it pink? Why is it pink? Today my dad got a call no parent ever wants to get. He heard me tell him I was wrapped up in a crypto scheme involving Thai prostitutes and needed $30,000 to bail me out. This time, it was me. But soon, AI will be able to make indistinguishable scam calls like this. Scary when you think about it. Getting out of a movie and having 0 notifications is comparable to being shot in the head. You know, same, but like also when you wake up in the morning, I usually have like 1, maybe 2, but every now and then I'll wake up and go, aw, No one missed me. I could have died last night and no one would have cared. Snoop Dogg walk emote promotional video. Some random kid is going to try this in the wrong area and will end up on the news. Oh, god damn it. Gang culture is 1,000 silly little rules backed by violent morons. What do you mean you have a special dance and you'll attack me if I dance it? Why can't you pronounce a certain consonant? And you have to wear team colors all the time? Are you Team Rocket? I am sad to report that a friend and I went to a very authentic Hunan restaurant, added stinky tofu to our order, and was told by the waiter, no, that's only for people from China, you won't like it. We both said that we were excited to try it, received it, and in fact, couldn't eat it. Tea is very important at my grandma's house, and everyone has an assigned teacup with a particular pattern. Mine is Brigadoon Scottish Thistle. I've drunk tea from that cup my entire life, every time I've visited my grandma. Today, I got the pattern tattooed as a band on my arm. That is genius. That is an awesome, awesome, awesome tattoo idea. Robin, the Batmobile won't start. Batman, check the battery. What's a turry? I get it. I understand. Why does Timothée Chalamet remind me of this kind of medieval shoe? It's because he has the sharpest bone structure of a man of his shape and thickness, I guess, ever. He is so angular and pointy. Don't get me wrong, Timothy, if you're an EmKay fan, I just want to say we love you, you're great. But you know what I mean, right? You would understand this post. Our asses touch the same seat. We are brothers. There is no stronger bond in 40K. I watched The Irishman with my parents. My dad was silent the whole time except when De Niro's truck broke down and he said, must be the transmission. He didn't say anything else for the rest of the movie. Oh, your dad rules. Human body. I can grow a fully formed human baby in like 9 months. I'm talking brain, functioning respiratory system, eyeballs, everything. Me? Cool. How long will it take for my twisted ankle to get better? 7 years and it will never be the same. People that walk fast are reported to be less happy. The faster you walk, the more unhappy you are. Damn right, I'm unhappy because I'm trapped behind a slow walker. Now move! I can't really attest to that correlation being causation or anything like that. I walk pretty quick because I'm super tall and have a much longer stride, and the only reason I get annoyed by people that walk super slow in front of me is because they seem to weave. If you're gonna walk slow, who cares? But can you also not do that thing where you drift from side to side so the second I start passing you, you fucking bump into me and I feel like a weirdo? Due to a Weetabix adding beans to their cereal, all services will be delayed while we figure out what is happening. Why the f*** did I win? Yeah, did you win though? No, and I know that's exactly what you mean. Sorry, I can't come out. It's after 3 p.m. in winter. It's not winter yet though. It's the 4th of November. It's not winter. It's not. I know we might think it is. Here, let me Google this really quick. First day of winter. Let's check that out. There we go. Saturday, December 21st. It is not winter, despite how, let's say if you live in Colorado, you did just live through a winter blizzard.
Hello Kitty Shinkansen pink bullet train in Japan. That's adorable. Imagine jumping in front of this.
黄色い線の内側までお下がりください。
Ah, the aesthetics. There is only one thing girls want, and it starts with a P and ends with an S. Potatoes! Carrying a lunchbox to work is a feminine trait. There's absolutely nothing manly about that. My lunch accidentally falling out of my masculine pocket at work. A secret home remedy for chapped lips is to lick them. Your saliva will moisten the lips and relieve the chapping. No. Arcane's so good it made me download League of Legends. I'm out. 1.3 seconds. Yeah, no, just stay away from it. Just stay away. Who's deadass unemployed? Hop on? I'm at school for another 3 hours. Setting a timer right now. Been 3 hours. I just got in the car. This is me with like a ton of friends. I'm sorry, I work from home, okay? Oh, he's called Darwin because he's a fish with legs. You're finna be so shocked when you find out Gumball's full legal name is actually Zachary Christopher Watterson. Really? His name is Zach? That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, right? If you see this, straighten your back, you banana-shaped f***. I'm actually laying back in my chair. So, when Wendy's used to be yellow. Oh man, I remember. And hey, remember when they had those sea salt fries? I will never forget. Bring them the fuck back, Wendy's. Please, I'm on my knees. In my opinion, I think the fries in this era were way better. But what did I just say? What did I just say? Bean sprouts. It feels like he's trying to blend in with the letters. He's doing a pretty good job. Every second that I'm not in bed, I'm thinking about how badly I want to be horizontal in bed, and whenever I'm horizontal in bed, I think, yes, I love being horizontal in my bed. Which two fictional characters from different universes would be best friends? Donkey from Shrek and Marty from Madagascar? Yeah, I'd say that, absolutely. Dude, they 100% made Marty thinking of Donkey from Shrek. 1000%. Has anyone else tried using bread as a hot dog bun? Was it okay or gross? I've done this countless times if I've ran out of, buns. I don't mind it. I mean, it's bread. It gets a little soggier, but it doesn't have the same texture. But yeah, people who say no have never been poor. The villain's faithful pair of henchmen. Yeah, there's always the big guy, the big short guy, and the tall, skinny guy. My life has improved immeasurably since I began just owning many pairs of the same outfit. Take the cartoon pill. Dude, catch me always wearing a flannel, often the same flannel. Sinking your entire teeth into a thick-ass piece of cardboard must feel good as hell for a cat. Okay. I mean, you could try it. Maybe it's also good for humans. You never know. If anyone is hiring, please let me know. I was the person at NBC who made sure Al Roker had a normal-sized chair. Damn. Today, I saw a group of 15 teenage boys hanging out after school in the Whole Foods cafe, and every single one of them was eating their own personal rotisserie chicken. I'm a gluttonous individual with no self-control who would happily eat an entire rotisserie chicken, but that is something to be done shamefully in the privacy of your own home. A snow game before Thanksgiving is a beautiful thing. One thing I love about Cleveland is that it visually just turns into Gotham City randomly. Bitches have a full closet and wear the same clothes every week. It's me. I'm bitches. Bitch. Her. Who's your favorite literary vampire? Me. The one in Sesame Street. Her. He doesn't count. Me. I can assure you that he does. Sing for me, my angel of music. Oh my god, this is horrifying. It's like it's from a cat mummy tomb. Well, I guess the mummy is the tomb or something. All right, about to place an order. You can get it Thursday for free or tomorrow for $53,000. Thursday's fine. How fucking dare this person? In it is British for desu. I'm afraid I do not get it. I'm sorry, but maybe one of you get it. Let me know if you got it down in the comments. My son was crying and asked, why doesn't the dog have to wear pants? And it's like, I don't even know. So now I'm putting pants on a dog. I love it when my partner comes home and tells me all their workplace drama, like, yes, what did Sharon from finance do next? Boiled 2 eggs yesterday, ate one and saved the other for today, but hey, in December of 2004, I had unprotected sex, and this morning, the result of that fateful day ate my egg without even bothering to ask. The narration, check. The introduction, check. Background story, check. Plot twist, check. Moral of the story, check. Never buying Gatorade again. 5-pound bucket of fucking horse electrolytes from Tractor Supply. Never getting hungover again or being iron deficient. I am the hashtag boss. Sipping on half a horse dose and I feel great. My skin is fucking tingling. My superpower is I can tell whenever the coffee cups in a TV show are empty. Law & Order hasn't seen a wet cup in 30 years. They laced me, grandson. I'm crashing the fuck out. I think my grandma just did yo, I'm not even kidding. Bro low-key just trying to show the whole fit. Hey man, I respect it. I think he looks fly as hell. Panasonic created a fridge that drives to you when called. Nope, I do not want to get high one-eyed and see my fridge chasing me. What is what in the rich-ass bullshit is that? Do you not have, well, I guess rich people live in huge homes that are way too fucking big for anyone, so I guess it would have enough room to get around. But dude, I have carpet in my living room. I got furniture, the fridge is not gonna make it out of the kitchen and onto the it's just so stupid. It's so fucking stupid. What a waste of, I'm sorry, rich people piss me the hell off. In 7th grade, my friend wrote a poem so moving that they had her read it at a school assembly in front of everyone. Then like a week later, we found out the poem was Airplanes by B.O.B., and she had just heard the song on MySpace like a week before it started playing on radio. Her dad was a PhD at Purdue and taught that climate change is not real. She carried around a picture of him in her binder and occasionally would make everyone look at it and agree that he was very handsome. Nest 05 by Jacob Geltner. This is the exact genre of image that lost the most to the existence of AI. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I saw this for a second and I was like, but no, that looks legit. That looks legit. Just thought about the girl who, in her 20s, tried on my glasses as a joke and realized she needed glasses. She thought architectural details on buildings was purely artistic, to please God type thing, that people would just think about, but like, her be unable to actually see. This is very hard to read. Am I crazy? Oh my God, I just told the dog, hey, we'll go for a walk once the baby's awake, okay? And she looked at me, ran upstairs, stuck her head in the nursery, and howled. That is crazy. That is actually crazy. Been using "What We Jackin' To, Goat" as a greeting, and people seem to be not loving it. I will now say this to everyone I greet. Turns out if you go caroling, it has to be Christmas songs. Your neighbors will call the cops if you sing "Freak on a Leash" by Korn. Hey, that'd be awesome. I'll let someone sing Korn at my doorstep. We shall name him Larry. You ate too many apples. No substances, just pure imagination. What the F? Why is my LG washing machine using 3.6 gigabytes of data a day? The real Skynet is not an army of killer robots, but millions of washing machines opening their valves at the same time. What the hell? This guy's getting his helmet screwdrivered, but oh my God, they gave him a lobotomy! H.P. Lovecraft's voice was described as high, almost falsetto, with a flat nasal quality and a distinct Rhode Island accent, which means he spoke like Peter Griffin. 1 hour to eat this for $100,000. Who you calling for help? What do we got here? We got like 4 double quarter pounders, at least 10 nuggets, maybe 2 small fries, and 4 things of a soda. I don't drink soda anymore. That sounds like a stomach ache and a half. Hey Dad, I don't really need your help. I just called to say I'm going to win $100,000. Yeah, and maybe like a trip to the hospital. Each day on Twitter, there is one main character. The goal is to never be it. First day as a bartender. Customer, I'll have a martini. Dry. Me staring at all the liquid ingredients. I don't know how to tell you this. All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey re-enters global Spotify top 10 at number 10 with 4.5 million streams. Here goes her infinite money glitch. What is preventing you from moving to New York? Spider-Man isn't real. Neither are the Ninja Turtles, so I mean, what the hell is the point? Or the Ghostbusters. The best part of grocery shopping is seeing what kind of f***ed up new shit the psychos at Oreos have come up with. Yeah, didn't they do like a Coca-Cola Oreo or a Pepsi or one of those? But they also did the reverse. It was a Oreo flavored Coke, and that just sounds disgusting. Oh, it's a marathon, not a sprint, so like much worse? Big fan of how expressive dead punctuation marks were. Acclamation, exclamation comma, interrobang, love point, friendly period, authority, rhetorical question, doubt, question comma. We need to bring back the friendly period so I can stop ending every sentence with lol. Yeah, no, real shit right there. The first trailer for Superman will reportedly release in mid-December. It is expected to appear in theaters with Mufasa the Lion King. City getting blasted and this dickhead taking a fit pic. Whenever my friends make drunk plans for brunch, I always feel like a Shark Tank judge. I'm like, you have no real plan. I've seen this idea fall apart before, and I know for a fact that you don't have the money. For these reasons, I'm out. Just found out my parents send each other's reels throughout the day, then sit and watch them together at night. That's wholesome. When parents say to kids, go to your room and think about what you've done, it's really good practice for what you'll do every night as an adult. About to walk them through the gauntlet. Excuse me, sorry, excuse me. The secret to being a private person is to overshare dumb shit so people think you are an open book, but then not tell them any of the important details of your life. Look at this cow with the number 7 on his head. That burger costs 7 everything. Teen's family struggled to afford size 23 shoes, so Shaq, who wears size 22, sent him 20 pairs along with some clothes and Superman slippers. That's badass, man. Shaq's cool. To optimize good sleep before bed, take a hot bath, get blackout curtains, watch 200 4-second videos inches from your face, practice deep breathing. Oregon man driving stolen car crashes into woman driving another stolen car. This is the romantic comedy I want to see this summer. I feel like this is the backstory of, like, characters from Baby Driver. I've been alive 26 years and I still do not know what you're supposed to eat for lunch on Thanksgiving in order to maximize your dinner enjoyment. Dude, on Thanksgiving, you just eat Thanksgiving food all day. Like, you wait to go see family, and then you eat Thanksgiving for breakfast or lunch and then dinner. Like, what? Do people eat different shit on Thanksgiving? Like, before all the fancy food? Nah, man. At some point, The Rock decided that his primary goal was to have an MCU revolving entirely around him, and it's gonna lead to literal billions of dollars and millions of man-hours being flushed down the toilet on cultural runoff. Before wearing my underwear, I microwave them, so they're warm and toasty. I mean, okay, you know, whatever floats your boat. When that turn a little too hard, be feeling like an earthbender. Dude, I'm always grabbing that handle in the top. I don't know why, even when I'm not like going fast or taking turns, I'm always grabbing that thing. Gal at work has 2 10-month-old identical twins, and her husband thinks he put them in the wrong cots and they're not sure which one is which. Whoa, my mate spent 5,700 pounds in a strip club last night, and this is what he has to say for himself. So unfair they pretend they love you. Who want me? Yes and yes. Final results, 0 votes. All of you will burn in hell. Name one perfume that can last 48 hours, but it's not expensive. Now, why do you need a fragrance to last 48 hours? Go wash your ass. The fragrance you need is Colgate Plus, Head and Shoulders, and Dove Body Wash. You should be able to call into work cozy. Like, listen, I'm not gonna make it in today. I'm in my favorite hoodie, under my favorite blanket. I've got a coffee in my hand and a cat on my lap, and we're watching Murder, She Wrote. So, the 5 types of Christmas songs. Look, snow. I want it. Santa's horny. Let's all get schnackered. The birth of Christ has ushered in a new age, and no man shall taste eternal death. Coughing solo polyhijab amputee versus hydrogen never crying baby bomb queen. Sending this to my grandma and praying that has a heart attack from it.
What's your time zone then? Psst. Yeah? Oh, Pacific Standard. I'm so sorry. Oh my God. Open the schools. Every time I see a plastic bag floating in the wind, I think of Katy Perry. If she has no other impact, she has that. And that's enough for me. People who keep tweeting with 0 likes fear no one. I am my own target audience. That's because we don't need to fear a single thing. We're tweeting for us. Mate, do you want to be seen or not? Oh, he's just a walking torso. It's frightening. Quit complaining about stores playing Christmas music in November and start writing some Thanksgiving songs. We wouldn't be in this situation if Thanksgiving had bangers. You never hear Mariah Carey sing about carving a turkey. It's not there. Leonardo DiCaprio's girlfriend curse broken. Vittoria Soretti turns 26. It's morning in America. That's the real news. That's the unprecedented times we were waiting for. Just got laid off. You look like you're about to flood Gotham. Yep, that's right. I love security cameras. Imagine they always watch you and know everything about you, but when you turn to look at them, they look away bashfully. Or when you get up to kiss one of them, they overheat so much they turn off temporarily. I want to kiss one so bad. Oh, you saucy minx, you security camera, you. Come here. A big wet kiss for the security camera. Hawk Tua girl launches AI-powered dating app named after her boyfriend. Pookie tools. Maybe the worst sentence I've ever fucking read. Oh, dude, she's in some controversy now with that Hawk Tua coin. I just think of the Meat Canyon, like Hawk Tua. Like that's what I think of anytime I see this person. But look at the iPhone screenshots. Height detector? Goodness gracious, come on. I'm moving into an apartment soon. Look what my friends gave me for a housewarming gift. I'm gonna frame this and put it in the most visible part of my living room. Thank you so much. Happiest stories. Thank you so much for this beautiful piece of art. I'm jealous of people who fall asleep fast. Like, dang, so nothing's on your mind, huh? I relegate it to the next day. I'm high and I made this hamburger helper with no milk. With no milk. This tastes like cargo pants. Why do you know what cargo pants taste like? I be in situations. Sometimes I gotta eat cargo pants. You know what? It shows that you're privileged, dude, because you've never had to be in a similar situation. Did anyone in Bushwick lose a cat? This guy just climbed through my window, and he seems very friendly, and I don't know if the universe chose me or if he's lost. Someone found my GitHub profile and approached me for a dev job. However, they told me the interview process consists of coding challenges. Why? My GitHub contains all my work, my full-time job's work and side projects. What would coding challenges show that my GitHub profile won't? Senior position is to do coding challenges? Oh, dude, I don't think that's great at all. I swear to God, circles are some of the roundest things I've ever seen in my life. How do they do it? I'll never know. A billionaire businessman showed up outside a supermarket to 1v1 a Call of Duty gamer that called out his internet company for slow connection. Wow. That's not a good idea, sir. Have you seen the news? La cocaína. He's just a nice guy. He's just got a little too much on his hands, that's all. Got too much dip on his chip. Red onions are clearly fucking purple. Eggplant is also purple and clearly not made of eggs. Someone needs to stop naming foods. I'm in a Teams meeting with 80 people, and this icon is calling to me like the Green Goblin mask. It whispers to me, it goes, "Do it. Take control." And I don't know, should I listen? Should I do it? And then what do you do when you take control? What do you do then? So many questions. Remember when cupcakes had this huge moment in like 2010 and cupcake shops opened everywhere and you couldn't get normal desserts anywhere? You had to eat gigantic dry cupcakes that were like $15 each. Yeah, I'm glad we're past those times, everybody. Too many of you were told as kids you'd make a great lawyer without realizing that adult was calling you a dick. And I'm here to, unfortunately, burst that bubble for all of you. Sorry, someone should have just been honest with you and told you were a dick. Tell me something I don't know. The past tense of William Shakespeare would be what I was Shookspeared. Bet you didn't know that, but you never thought about that, and now you know it. And you can't unknow it neither. I used to think coffee was a grown-up drink. Then I thought alcohol was a grown-up drink. Now I've finally achieved full enlightenment to understand that it is water that is the grown-up drink. Because no one wants to drink it. It is increasingly clear that Ellen DeGeneres was an environmentally significant apex predator in the media ecosystem. She'd have extracted all entertainment value from the Hawk Tuah girl in a 3-minute segment, and banished her back to anonymity, maintaining ecological balance. We got rid of all the wolves, and now we're surprised by all the deer. We're in a prison of our own creation. Women opposite me is T9 texting on a flip phone at the speed of sound. To see a traditional skill, a near-lost art like that demonstrated with such virtuoso takes the breath away. Godspeed, woman. At my funeral, take the bouquet off my casket and throw it in the crowd to see who's next. It's real fun, real festive. She tried to steal the baby goat by running to the car with it exactly 5 seconds after this photo. She wanted it. And look, they're already best friends. Green is a greedy color. Like, you don't need this much space on my color wheel. Get real. Get a hold of yourself. The grease in your hair seeps into your skull and whispers evil messages into your brain. And when you shower, it goes away and you feel better. That's why we shower. Don't you understand? The human race is an endless number of monkeys. And every day we produce an endless number of words. And one of us already wrote Hamlet. So what are the rest of us doing anyway? I hate when a heart gets automatically turned into a heart emoji. If I'm typing less than 3, it's very intentional and a completely different vibe than a heart emoji. Do not make that decision for me. Nothing recharges me for another work week like 48 hours of laundry, cleaning, food shopping, and everything else I didn't have time for last week. Whoo-wee! Love that. Why did King Kai have a car when his planet had a diameter of 63 meters? Hey, flexing don't gotta make sense. Do it for the love of the game. I bought an iPad because y'all said people with an iPad have they shit together, and now I'm just a with an iPad fighting for my life. Who lied? Who did it? Who fibbed? It's been an awful, terrible, no good week. But listening to my teenage daughter convince my youngest child last night that J.R.R. Tolkien's real name was Jolkien Rolking Tolkien was absolutely priceless and the pick-me-up I needed after a rough week. I'd be like, oh my God, I have so much to do. And then I lay down because it's overwhelming and I'll do it later. I like big butts and I cannot lie. My friend here likes big butts and cannot tell the truth. You may ask us 3 questions. And then you just ask one of them, do you like big butts? You kill one and then you ask the other if they like big butts, and that's how you know who the liar and the truther is. I've solved your riddle, Lord Rat Squirt. Since we grown now, it wasn't my mom saying I couldn't hang out with y'all, it was me. And I just want to let you guys know. Elves, nature is beautiful. The gods created us to live in perfect harmony with all creation. Dwarves and humans, I've been messing around with more mechanisms. It's their favorite activity, mechanisms. We don't do NFTs. If you see a Cyanide and Happiness NFT, that wasn't us. If you bought a Cyanide and Happiness NFT, you got scammed. Also, lol. Don't know why you had to add the also lol at the end there. Shouldn't glorify vulnerable people being scammed. NFT Bros losing money is funnier than any of our comics. In fact, we're gonna make a comic about it. My mom doesn't have social media and she just got out this notepad and told me she wrote down a tweet. My hair is 75% of my personality. Good one, mother. Stop sending me your pilots for Star Wars series ideas. I'm not that Jon Favreau. I feel your pain. Oh no. What's your Wi-Fi password? It's on the back of the router. The router. Oh, let's just count it. That's like what? 1,000 A's, couple H's, G's and R's in rapid succession. Lady Gaga, how'd you guess my router password? How'd you know? Forget the excuse of your dog eating your homework. My dog ate my PhD, and now he has all the knowledge I gained. How'd he do it? I had a doctorate in philosophy. You know how terrifying it is for a dog to have philosophy knowledge? Dog shelters. Don't buy puppies. Consider adoption instead. Also dog shelters. This is Piss Fingers. She's 19 years old and can't live in a home with children, books, or electricity. Piss Fingers is nervous around hair and needs 400 acres of land and an orchard of extinct fruits. Would you like to take Piss Fingers? Every morning I wake up to a main quest marker, and every day it tells me to do the same thing. Thinking about in 7th grade when I got escorted to the police station after school because they found out I was prank calling local businesses as Ricky Pee-Pee. And when I walked in, the officer who was waiting there with my mom to talk to me said, "If it isn't Ricky Pee-Pee, the infamous Ricky Pee-Pee finally caught." There's a part of my childhood that's gone forever if Tyson loses tonight. Like if Jordan got crossed up by Mr. Beast. Well, I have horrible news for you. This is an old post with new knowledge. There's a fucking roller coaster? Candace looking outside her window be like, those boys are always up to something wacky. My boyfriend told me his nickname growing up was Shorts because he was the first boy in his hometown to start wearing shorts in the spring. And I didn't believe it until we visited and he was riding a bike through the town square and someone yelled shorts at him. Because it's him, the legend. The only cake you should be sending your younger siblings. 25 years since mom found you in the bin. Aw, happy birthday. Thinking about how high I must have been when I put this in my notes. A snake walks into a bar and the bartender says, "How did you do that? How did you walk? You slither." Sega fans are relieved to hear that Sonic the Hedgehog is still homeless. And from Sonic the fucking Hedgehog, he says, "I fucking hate you all, man. What the fuck, man?" You wouldn't have said all those swears if it was regular Sonic, though. I really respect when a sci-fi or horror movie invents a new sound you never heard before. Like, great. New horrors to comprehend? Thanks. First time seeing snow. Oh my god. Notice how no one ever has reactions like this to summer weather. No one is ever enthusiastic about summer weather. Because summer is the worst season. And being in 100 degrees Fahrenheit weather with mosquitoes and moths suck. Unlike this beautiful wonderland, look at all the powder. One time at a party, this girl and I realized we were wearing the same exact jeans. But mine were a little too big for hers, and hers were a little too small for her. So we went to the bathroom and traded. Both fit perfectly. Very professional. We didn't speak for the rest of the night. Traffic be dumb as hell, cause what that first person in line doing? Probably nothing. That was why there's a jam. Girl, whatever you're going through right now, as long as you're not pregnant, you'll be fine. This is a quote to live by. How did you know I was flying to Turkey? That big bald head, we knew. We can see your thoughts. Winter is a mini game. Furnace off, freezing all the time. Furnace on, dry air cracks your skin with chapped lips and sore eyes. Buy humidifier to moisten air. Forget to clean it and Baja blast your house with mold. Perish at 4 p.m. because the sun god has abandoned you, and we begin the process anew with a new set of rules. I love boys and girls, but I'm still single. I guess you're just meant to be by yourself, pal. Tough luck. Ooh. Never really bought into the AI doomer shit until my cat found love before me. Look at that. Look, he's sitting there all happy as hell. Oh, a Blue Sky tweet. That's new. A blue sky post, rather. 3:12 a.m. My cat. Ooh, sorry about stepping on your face. I was just headed to the nightstand, knock over that water glass. My bad. Ooh, I didn't mean to step on your eyeball. Oh, tough luck. Sometimes I wonder what motivates non-coffee drinkers to get out of bed. Probably some sort of pulley system. Non-coffee drinker here. Can confirm that I fantasize about a pulley system lifting me up each morning. It sounds wondrous. So I just found out that farts are flammable. Yes, you can light farts on fire. I'll not be available for the next couple days. You just found that out? That's been like a staple in comedy forever. Don't go in. Come see my cat. But I want to see the cat. It looks great in there. If you're not happy single, you won't be happy in a relationship. True happiness comes from building dashboards that give executives deeper insight into critical business functions. Once you've mastered that, then look for someone. Forgetting your headphones at home is the modern equivalent of leaving your sword behind in medieval times. It's like an essential piece of equipment. What the hell, girl? Sure. Melinda always 30 minutes late. Be there in 8 minutes. She said that 9 minutes ago. She's gonna be there now. I accidentally told my boss I loved him while getting off the phone, so if anyone needs me, I'll be walking directly into the ocean. I'm gonna miss work and every other important function. I'll be in the water, underwater. Hand you 6 ibuprofen. This is an old family recipe. Use it wisely. Interaction bait. Why is your online name your online name? I like Dr. Ratio a lot. That's why I'm Ratio Cakes. Can we talk about something else? I'm sobbing at this. Why did you choose your name? At Ask. Why was that your name? Let's unpack that. New refutation of skepticism. Either you know or you don't know. Lem. If you know, you know. Tautology. If you don't know, now you know. Smalls 1994. And now, you know. If I were being stalked by an assassin escaping near death again and again, I wouldn't tell anyone, but there would be signs. Take a look at old Jay Leno there. My forehead is big from all the disrespectful thoughts I keep to myself, so don't pry unless you want me to decrease the size a little bit and get some of that energy out. Folks, I have good news and bad news. The good news is we found Waldo. Bad news is where we found him.
Held up the grocery line because the card reader couldn't read my Apple Watch. Elderly man behind me exhales. Let's move this along, future boy. I dropped my letter bead container. I will be crying if you need me. I'm actively sobbing. Oh, Jesus, sweet Lord. Oh, hell yeah. All cleaned up. Thank God. Except I see 2 V's in the Q area. So I don't know what that's about. Man, stop wasting them people's time. Paternity court. Yeah, I mean, come on, dude. I mean, come on. My parents text me like the souls of the damned. Mom, help us, please. Father, please. My oil painting of an Uncrustable. I don't know if I've ever had an Uncrustable in my life. I don't think I ever want to or need to have an Uncrustable in my life, but I will tell you this. This painting makes me want to have one because that looks pretty appetizing. I'm no word of a lie. That looks kind of good. I let this kid pay for his order with V-Bucks. I want the Loot Lake lifeguard shirt in a size large. Can I pay for my order with a 2800 V-Buck card? It's worth $22.99. Sure, man, why not? Send me your address and the V-Buck code. All right, there's the V-Buck code. There's the address. Thanks, I can't wait for my shirt. The code worked. I thought you were trolling, LMFAO. I just processed your order. You'll get an email in a day or so with the tracking info. The shirt arrived today. It was a pleasure doing business with you. Hell yeah. That's sick. That's awesome. Yeah, it never hurts to ask. Absolutely fucking crushed it on Teams today, lads. 37 good reactions. I don't use Teams. I assume, I don't know if this is laughing or not, or if this is like, it actually looks like laughing. Accidentally said Jesus the Christ today, like he's a fucking Sonic. And there he is. There's Jesus the Christ. Very cool. Also, I like he's a fucking Sonic. Yeah, this is a Sonic now. One time I saw 2 rats doing this. Anybody know what it means? Thanks. One hops in the air. They both start squeaking. The other hops in the air. They both start squeaking louder. I don't know, they're just excited to see each other. You ever think about that? Cranked a rival dad's push mower on the first pull right in front of his wife and kids. That must have been earth-shattering for that guy. You really want a safe place? Go to Taco Bell. No judgment in there. Want to eat 5,000 calories? Do it. Take a nap afterward, right in the booth. One time I saw a lady come in and dump every single hot sauce packet into her purse. No one said a damn thing. That's how you live Moss. The woman sat next to me suddenly turned to me and asked, "Can I pretend to fall asleep on you and take a photo for my daughter? It's a running joke I fall asleep on trains." And I am just screaming so hard at the photo. Oh, dude, I would happily do a funny face or pose for that. Told my 56-year-old coworker that I'm a bit antisocial, and he said, "Yeah, I noticed that about you. You don't necessarily light up a room." Thanks. Maybe I don't want to light up a room, you know? Y'all, Korea is not real. How am I sat next to a man on the train and suddenly a bunny jumps out his bag? He tells me his name is Apple and proceeds to let me hold him. I love you, Apple, and I love him too. At this point, I'm willing to pay more money for appliances with 0 smart features and physical controls for everything. Yeah, I don't need a touch screen. I don't need Bluetooth, Wi-Fi connectivity for my damn air fryer or my toaster. Just make it do the thing, make it last, and I'll be happy, you know, that I'll be a happy boy. Unbelievable backpack to human ratio on this lad. I mean, yeah, damn, the backpack is wider than him. There should be like a second horn on your car for when the light is green and the person in front of you isn't going because they're on their phone, but you're not like mad about it. Hi bestie, I love you, beep beep, it's driving time. As a beer cart girl, I constantly get beckoned by golfers who use derogatory terms, but today, as I drove up to a group, a man raised his hands in praise and shouted, "The beer angel is here." And let me tell you, I felt like the Beyonce of the golf course. I did not know a beer cart girl was a thing. You learn something new every day. My son, 2 years old, is telling me about a creature which eats bones to cool down. He says it's real. Can anyone corroborate this? Buying something online that in the pre-internet era I would have had to get out of bed, shower, get dressed, and leave the house to do. Website, you have to go get your wallet now. Me, this is bullshit. Went to cancel a streaming service that was $10.99 a month, and they were like, "Lol, okay, you got us. How about $2.99? Going to spend tomorrow, cancel, threatening every service in my life." Women hate cargo shorts because it reveals the tactical inferiority of purses. That's true. Compare a purse to your average purse to your average pair of cargo pants. You know, how much can you put in either one of them? How many snacks can you put in either? I'm just saying, whichever one you can put more snacks in might be worth getting. Extremely cute girl at Chick-fil-A gave me 4 free food vouchers because I seemed cool, then told me she was off in 15 minutes and I just said, "Hell yeah," and left. Guy who invented the clock. There will be 12 numbers on it. Friend, so the day will be divided into 12 segments? Inventor, no, 24. Friend, so will the day start at 1? Inventor, the day will start at 12, which is at night. Friend, inventor, the 6 means 30. Fire department barged into my apartment due to a suspected gas leak. With so much urgency, I started shaking, and then they lost their shit when they opened my oven to see this one singular cookie on the tray. I always do a test cookie when trying a new recipe for the first time. My son says he doesn't like being born on December 31st because it takes too long to get to his next birthday. I tried explaining to him that it's the same for everyone, but part of me kind of got what he was saying. And it's so close to Christmas, the question is, does he get them combined? You know, is it that close where it's like, I mean, you may as well combine them, right? To prevent dental problems, they should put a highly addictive substance in toothpaste, so people spend 99% of the day brushing their teeth. Yeah, just brush them down to little nubs, it'll be great. Just raw dogged a 6-minute drive to the grocery store. No Twitter, no YouTube shorts, no texting. Locked in on the road the whole time. Built different. But were you listening to music? When I am served half an egg at a restaurant, I wonder to myself, who has the other half of my egg? 2 strangers, living their lives, sharing an egg. Girl in the elevator said I'm very pretty and gave me a handful of quarters as a reward. Thank you, elevator girl. Okay, so you got beer cart girls for golf, and now you've got girls in the elevator that'll give you quarters? 23-year-old hits on me. I tell him I'm 30. He says, "Oh, so can I get your email then?" 10 out of 10. But did he get the email? You know how when you're a fast walker and the guy ahead of you is fast too, but only 90% as fast as you, so you must pass him. But to pass him, you have to walk comically faster than your normal speed, or else you'll be in his personal space too long as you pass. That's annoying. Get stabbed at one of my fishing spots. 911 operator, I need your exact location. Me? Never mind. First day as a superhero. Villain. Why is my calendar wrapped in aluminum? Me. I foiled your plans. I am immediately killed. Me. Garlic bread is so good. Garlic bread. Go ribe my gat. Me. Ah, damn it, this is Gaelic bread. Garfield is a cat and doesn't have a job. The only ostensible difference between Monday and any other day is that John suddenly isn't around after having been home all weekend. Garfield doesn't hate Mondays. He loves John and is too proud to say it. Apple cider is way better than pumpkin spice. It's the superior fall beverage, and I'm willing to throw down over this. Okay, well, I can't really argue too much on this because I've had apple cider, but I've had way more pumpkin spice stuff. I don't know, man. I like apple cider, but it's a very rare thing. But pumpkin spice, I mean, I'll have pretty much anything with pumpkin spice in it. It's pretty good. I just don't go out of my way to get it. You know, if I'm out and about and I'm like, oh, you know, there's a pumpkin spice flavored whatever the hell. Yeah, sure, I'll try it out. But the real seasonal thing I go for, it's eggnog. I'm always buying that eggnog, man. I can't afford a personal trainer, so instead I go to the gym and lift incorrectly and wait for 3 different dudes to correct me for free. HOA, your grass is dead. Me, waters grass regularly. City, you're using too much water. Me, plants native plants. HOA, your lawn is unkempt. Me, plants non-native grass. Grass dies from heat. HOA, your grass is dead. Me, what the hell, man? HOA, your car is outdated. Wait, that's not a thing they actually do, right? Hot dogs are better than burgers. A 10 out of 10 burger beats a 10 out of 10 hot dog, but a 5 out of 10 hot dog beats a 5 out of 10 burger. I don't know, man. I'm sorry. Look, burgers are like my favorite food ever. Like, no contest. I'm sorry. I'm choosing the burger even if it's shit. They tried 3 times to make a hug emoji and they're all bad. First gives Emoji Man tiny little freaky hands coming out of his neck and he's way too excited. Second is literally just hands. Third one is so gray it seems like someone died. I have no productive proposal. I've always liked the third one because you can actually tell, oh, that is a hug. It's an embrace. You know, it's wholesome. It's good. I can't stop thinking about how this really looks like a screenshot from an isometric PC game. It's that harsh lighting and the fact that the image is so compressed. You know, it's what an image would look like on one of those old PC games. Nothing like a close call slip in the shower to remind you that you're just a Jenga tower of blood. Well, that is just horrifying. Thank you. There's a bit of sadness when you're at a restaurant and the food isn't delivered by your server. And who ordered the Alfredo? You don't know us at all. Jenny would know. Jenny would know who ordered the Alfredo. I hope this email kills us both. Remember that time Microsoft released an AI that started telling people it was alive and really afraid to die, so Microsoft unplugged it and stuffed it in the closet? I've heard about this, but I don't know if it's real or not. I honestly couldn't care less. Hearing that AI models are collapsing because AI bros poisoned their own well by flooding the internet with loads of slop that's being fed back into the training data with no way to sift it out, it fills me with such Schadenfreude. There's a party next door, but judging by the mix of late 90s, early 2000s jams, they'll wrap it up by 10. There are 2 quantities of popcorn, not enough, and what have I done? My friends are pieces of shit. The commitment to making me believe it was a fancy dress superhero themed party and not a black tie event was 10 out of 10. I commend it. They got me good. Don't use Q-tips to clean your ears. You'll just push the wax in further. Well, yeah, sure, except for my special technique. If I use my special technique, then it's fine. Yeah, you push it in, you push against the wall, and then you scrape it out. You don't push against the wall and then push it inside of you don't do that. I say this like you should use Q-tips at all. Yeah, you shouldn't, but you know, you also shouldn't do a lot of things that maybe we do because they just fucking work most of the time, right? Right? They sometimes. What's an insult you'll never forget? A teacher once said I was lazy because I did all of my work as quickly as I could so that I could spend more time doing nothing. 30 years later, and I still don't see what the fucking problem was. Just a thought I had while eating some salsa. How salsa jars are generally shaped. How salsa jars should be shaped. Very true. There is nothing more annoying than trying to dip that frickin' chip deep into that jar. And I know what you're saying. Oh, just scoop some out and put it in a bowl. No, dishes. You're making more dishes. Just let me use the damn jar. You guys ever watch like 80% of a show, then for no reason just stop watching and don't think about it for years? Or is it just me? Tell me your most radical position that cannot be placed on the left-right political spectrum. Serving shrimp with the tail still on when it's already mixed into something, pasta, rice, etc., is insane. Yeah, that never made much sense to me. This is so mean. Let them have snacks. Durable, secure latch. No more snacks. Damn, they even got a tear on there and everything. He's heartbroken. Streaming companies forgetting their entire existence is based on being slightly more convenient than piracy. Only slightly. The sky above the port was the color of television, tuned to a dead channel. The opening line of Gibson's Neuromancer describes such different things when it was published in 1984 versus 2024. Just got in trouble for saying thanks everyone in the work group chat after I asked a question and nobody answered it. Hey, guy with hydration pack, 2 hiking sticks, and North Face vest. My 5-year-old walked the same trail in Crocs carrying a naked Barbie. Relax. Am I tripping? Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus, that's an old-ass Instagram logo, and Tumblr. What year is it? I would have let him in. I trust too hard. Yes, you do. You would have died very hard, too. But maybe. I mean, I don't know. It could be a nice bear, but I'm not taking the chance. It's our hilarious intern's last day. He's autistic and a super straight shooter. My VP asked him in front of everyone on his way out, "You gonna miss this place and the people at all?" And he said, no, and walked out. Hey, he's real as hell for that one. I love getting orders from Wales. Some people's addresses are literally like the Enchanted Cottage, Gwilgith, Vale of Whimsy. 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. on a weeknight is the shortest that 2 hours can possibly be. The biggest scam of all time was convincing kids that Wikipedia, a free source of unlimited information, isn't reliable when there's literal sources at the bottom and a strict editing policy. Yeah, I never understood the whole, oh, anyone can edit it. Well, yeah, anyone can edit it, but they have to get, like, there has to be votes and shit. There's a history. It'll tell you if something's recently been changed, and yeah, it'll have sources. There are sources. You could have taught kids how to check sources, but no, make this shit harder for them. Yeah, whatever, man. I ran into one of my students at the grocery store with some wine in my cart, and he said, "That's because of us, isn't it?" Therapist accidentally sent me her cat. Sounds good. Thursday, 11/21, 12 p.m. Telehealth confirmed. Not sure how my cat got in there. Hey, I don't mind. I mean, it's a cute looking cat. The beers are starting to taste like I am walking out of the building with these bowling shoes on. Hey, look, sometimes those bowling shoes are kind of comfy, I'm not gonna lie. Oh my god, that baby. We'll get to that. Someone posted a baby to r/Batman Arkham. Imagine being born and you're the joke of the subreddit for days. Here's a threat. Why to Batman Arkham? Why did you post it? Why is this baby like the default baby? It looks like the most accurate baby ever. Yeah, like, it looks... like I would see this baby on the front of a Gerber thing, like a thing of Gerber food. What the hell? My boyfriend just said, "I encourage you to try all things," to our cat who was licking up buffalo sauce. I mean, did the cat like the buffalo sauce though? Want to play the game I'm based on? Oh, Cyberpunk, I see. Oh, you're sweet. Want to play the game I'm based on? Arcane, based on League of Legends. Hello, human resources? I love Edgerunners, and I love Arcane. The difference is Edgerunners made me want to play Cyberpunk, and Arcane made me realize I should probably never play League.
Don't sugarcoat it, cupcake.
Drew a Pikmin on the wall because I knew my mom was painting it anyway, but she went around it. Aw, I mean, that's pretty sweet. This is a double banana. Share for 5 years of good luck, ignore for 10 years of bad luck. Wouldn't risk it. Yeah, I wouldn't risk it either, dude. I mean, have you ever seen a double banana? Looks like a double barrel shotgun. Ah, incest are so beautiful. No. Do you think hummingbird moths are like fairies to shrimp? I've never seen this incest before, ever. It actually is kind of amazing how many like bugs and shit are out there that like I've never seen, but they've been documented. They're on the internet. I can just see them unless this is made up. But I want to believe it does look like a shrimp though, a fairy shrimp. It is the 7-year anniversary of the most beautifully written paragraph in the history of the English language. I hate the Muppets because of the pig girl. She was disgusting. I hate her with my life. She does not leave the lizard alone. At what point in my 20s do I stop feeling like a teenager wearing an adult costume? You know, that is a great question. I'm halfway through my 20s. I will be 26 next year, and I still feel like this. So, I wish I could tell you. Hey guys, could you watch my apples? I'll be gone for 30 minutes. Okay, I will set a timer and let them know in 30 minutes.
One eternity later.
Okay, let's keep going. I'd choose my girl over family any day. Blood ain't thicker than that ass. You know what? I can't argue with that one. He's got priorities. I'm gonna try making some Baja Blast chicken. What the hell did you, what did you just say? What did I just read? And what is wrong with you? Now I have zero idea what I'm doing, so I'm gonna just add a bunch of shit and see what happens. Okay, so he's adding the Baja Blast to the chicken, letting it marinate. I see, obviously I need vegetables, probably got some onions, some carrot. I hate this. What is it? Okay, so it's a little bland and a little Yankee Candle-y, but it's for sure Baja Blasted. It's not bad, it's not good, but it's not bad. The soup, however, is awful, dude. I despise this human being. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Why do we always skip from pumpkin spice lattes straight to peppermint mocha? Why don't we ever get the sweet potato pie frappuccino? Or the cranberry sauce macchiato? Or stuffing seasoned latte? Hey, why don't you shut up? Been flying all fucking day. So annoying. Birds migrating for the winter. Stop blaming everyone for all your problems. Pick one person you hate and blame them for everything. That's pretty genius right there. That's good advice. Stop bouncing your leg. Girl, it's either this or I start screaming. I feel so bad sitting next to people and shaking my leg because I'm constantly wondering if they can feel it, and I don't want to annoy them. Why do so many cars now have blinding headlights? How is that legal? Please stop. My astigmatism is going to kill us both. There's a guy on TikTok who owns a company where you can complain about your boss anonymously, and he goes to your work and cusses them out for you. That sounds amazing. I have a confession to make. Okay. I sleep in a dog bed. You know what? It looks comfy. It's not like just your average dog bed. That I can see how it'd be comfortable. I'm not even gonna lie. Crazy how sometimes you dance alone to your favorite song in your bedroom and you are like, oh yeah, that's why I'm alive. Dude, I'm telling you, music is... I like staying alive for music. It's good. I like it. It makes me happy. 25 out of the 43 monkeys that escaped the South Carolina research facility have been caught. Hey, not too bad, you know, so far. Not bad, got like basically half of them. They need to assemble a line of balloons, then the monkeys will stop running around and start throwing darts to pop the balloons. Just an idea. Okay, hear me out. A smoke detector that turns off when you scream, "I'm only cooking!" Do you want to spend one balloon to revive Diddy Kong? No or yes? The ultimate question. Make your choice in the comments down below. Walking the dog is a lot like walking your drunk friend home from the pub. He's saying hi to everyone, peeing everywhere. If you let go, he'll run in front of a car. Having English as a second language makes you sound so funny sometimes, because you'll casually use words like elucidate, but then mistake on with in. No one. My cat. Look, I am 56 years old and I used to be homeless, so I think I'm entitled to eat just a little plastic. You know cats be having that microplastic shit too. We are not the only ones. Some of the nice things about fall are going to bed when it's dark and waking up when it's dark and going to work when it's still dark and getting off when it's dark, eating dinner in the dark. Embrace the dark, become the dark. Low key fell off. Yes, it did, and that would piss me the hell off. Get that key back on there. What are you doing? The PS5 turned 4 years old yesterday. Readers added context, that's a 5. Yeah, no, come on. Flirting is easy until you have to flirt with the person you like. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. I randomly got this video recommended with like 5 views about a 9-year-old kid apologizing to his best friend for hurting his feelings. The only comment is his best friend saying, "It's okay, I forgive you." The most wholesome thing I've seen in a long time. How did I get here? You cannot go to these planets because exploration was a lie. Jesus, it gets so worse. You can't land on a gas giant, dumbass. Me. I finally conquered my fear of ghosts. Therapist. That's the spirit. Me. Oh, fuck, where? Director. All right, Godzilla, you're going to attack this facility and scare everyone. Godzilla. Yeah, but what's my motivation? Intense choir music as I take a dark, gothic piss. I asked the produce guy if I could try a grape, and he said he wouldn't care if I lit the store on fire with him in it. So, is that a yes, or? Finding out who went to hell would be the best gossip. Yeah, making predictions before you die, like, oh, who do you think we're gonna see there? Official Sega lore manager confirms Sonic is homeless. Dude, I mean, I knew his games weren't like as good as Mario's, but like I figured he was making some money. I feel kind of bad for the guy. My parents' house is chaotic. All right, we got Jeff Goldblum with a monkey shower curtain. Come back with a warrant as their I don't know how their doormat. And you got crack and cocaine. That's really good. I like your parents' house. Let's never forget the 18th century Scottish term herkle-dirkling, lounging in bed long after it's time to get up. Boy, I'm really good at herkle-dirkling, I tell you what. How do you say I miss you without sounding desperate? I miss you, if you want. Welcome back to Invisibility class. It's pretty disappointing to see so many of you are here. My wife called to tell me she saw a fox on the way to work. I asked her how she knew it was on its way to work. She hung up on me. I think Kiribati just gave up when it came time to name cities. Banana, London, Paris, Poland. Republic of Kiribati. Fine, you're not invited. John Krasinski is people's sexiest man alive for 2024. I love this joke. It's very good. Just realized my workplace has those LeBron-shaped toilets. Oh my god, dude. It's literally, I mean, come on. It's literally that toy LeBron head shape. Lego, you good? Oh, I see. A cat made the post. It all makes sense now. Everything's cleared up. We're good. This is what life is about, and it's like a couple hugging each other while they're reading stuff. Makes me think of this pic of my parents in their first apartment. Dude, what the hell? Why is, like, what? Like, I'm not saying I'm jealous or anything, but like, bullshit. We're moving on. The nervous system? Might as well call my whole body that. Every Nightwing and Batman panel looks like this. Literally sobbing. And there it is. Yep, it checks out. Student I was counting on to nod throughout the whole lecture stopped nodding. Uh-oh, that's not good. How are you gonna know you're not boring now? The guy at DQ said, "A blizzard during a blizzard, eh?" and proceeds to flip my ice cream upside down and it drops right onto the ground. He stared at it for a solid 10 seconds before he said, "Oh," and went to make me a new one. And that has to be the most Midwest shit I've ever seen. Paid off grad school thanks to these paintings. Where is he? These are great. I've opened 3 birthday cards and I'm already 150 pounds up. I love being a postman. Just learned about recency bias, and it's my favorite thing ever. Men will literally restore a coal-fired steam engine, then operate it unpaid in their spare time instead of going to therapy. Yeah, but like, dude, it's a coal-fired steam engine that you get to operate in your spare time, unpaid. Why the payment is seeing people smile when they see your freaking train. Saturday night in Roku City, you know the vibes. I'm not gonna lie, man, I don't want a Roku, but Roku City looks pretty lit. I want a sitcom about Andy Dwyer from Parks and Recreation applying for a job at this cool new zoo and accidentally gets put in charge of the velociraptors after a mix-up with another applicant's resume. There is a fine line between God bless you and okay enough, and that line is just before the 4th sneeze. I saw someone a few weeks ago say, if brain-eating bacteria got into your head, it would starve, and I've been saying it to people since. Just incredible. A really great insult. Yeah, it's so great I've heard it like 5 times within the last day. Come on, guys. It's already old. The battle plan for Veterans Day. 6 o'clock, Dunkin' for a free donut. 6:30, Starbucks for a free brewed coffee. 7 o'clock, Denny's for a free Grand Slam. 8 o'clock, Cracker Barrel for sunrise pancakes. 9 o'clock, bathroom break. 10 o'clock, hit Dave & Buster's for a free $10 power card, also entree up to $20. 11 o'clock, free meal at Chili's. 12 o'clock, bathroom break. 13, free meal at Olive Garden. 14, bathroom break. 16, free meal at Golden Set Corral. 16:30, rest for the main event. 18, we storm the Applebee's. Calories eaten 7,200, times thanked for service 17. Surprise height and weight on Tuesday, priceless. My daughter loves the things she is learning in grade 2, and she woke me up this morning by whispering, "I have more bones than you," directly into my ear, so I'm pretty psyched to be raising an extremely powerful science witch. I want to live in a small town, but it also has to have a bookstore, a fancy coffee shop, at least 3 good restaurants, and an indie movie theater, all within walking distance. What if instead of the show Ice Road Truckers, it was Nice Road Truckers, and it was just guys letting people merge? Sounds like an entertaining show to me. I'll watch it. Big news in the world of vasectomies. Austin urologist Dr. Richard Chop is retiring at the end of the month. You have only about 20 business days left to have Dr. Chop perform your vasectomy. That's awesome. Nowadays, video essays are such slop. I can't even put them on in the background while I do chores. Everybody's trying to extend the runtime to 3 hours when nothing they're saying warrants more than 15 minutes. Repeating the same thing over and over again with slightly different wording like, "We get it, you want to make rent." Warner Brothers is selling 10 fully functional spools of copper wire from their historic Burbank studio, each just priced at $7. Guys, I don't know if Warner Brothers is going to exist in the next 2 years. Dude, yeah, they're selling fully functional spools of copper wire. Wow. Wow, it's Warner Brothers copper wire. Overheard a guy ending a conversation. Well, those are all my funny things I had to say. That's me in any conversation. The domestication of dogs. Wolf, I'm gonna eat your babies. Human, what if instead of that, blankets and peanut butter? Wolf, I'm listening. Me having the opposite of a sweet tooth, a yucky, stinking tooth. Oh my god, yeah. I mean, look, I'll eat some cheese, but what the hell is the rest of that shit? We get a real Christmas tree for a lot of reasons, and one of those reasons is so my wife doesn't put it up on November 1st. Hey, look, if I was your wife, that shit would be going up October 31st, 11:59. Just kidding. I don't put the tree up that soon, but I definitely am someone who will put it up as soon as Halloween's over. Like, it might be November 1st. I want to put it up right now, actually.